What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Smackdown Watch Along. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, and it is Friday, April 4th, and I'm so sorry I was running late today, but I'm here and I'm ready to go. Okay, so first of all right, we are about to start in just a second, and as soon as we get started, I'll get the audio going for everybody, and once the audio is on, please let me know if you guys can hear me and the audio in a nice, balanced fashion. Give me a second, though, because it hasn't started yet. All right, now it has. Let me get the Netflix audio up a little bit higher than that. Hold on. All right, there it is. Okay, we got audio going. We got mic is on. So let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me and SmackDown good. And then we're going to get ahead and get started. It'll be a good time.
Forever.
All right. Hold on one second. Let me see. Okay, good. Thank you, Andrea and Arthur, for letting me know you can hear me.
Together.
All right. So today's SmackDown, by the way, it's pretty much how many SmackDowns do we got? We got this SmackDown, next week's SmackDown, and then the Go Home SmackDown. So we are 3 SmackDowns away from WrestleMania, which sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. Like, we are just days away from WrestleMania, so it's like super strange that we are like already pretty much almost there. Today I did a by the way, today I shot and edited this video that's like a big WrestleMania 41 guide video. It was supposed to go up today, but I ran out of time, so it's gonna go up tomorrow bright and early in the morning, so make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. But it just reminded me of that right now because I am whatchamacallit, I saw that they showed Allegiant Stadium, and I got to do a tour of Allegiant Stadium when I was in Las Vegas, and so it just reminded me of that. But I'm really excited for that video tomorrow. It's a different video than I've ever, well, I have done a video like this before, but it was so many years ago, so I can't wait for everyone to see it tomorrow.
The business tonight.
Goucher Boy says, hey, Steph Post. I've been waiting for hours. I have zero idea what times these shows start. We're back to normal. We're back to normal. So just for those of you who are confused, there are no more international shows on the way to WrestleMania. Like, that is it. These are all based in the U.S., and we are back to our normal slot. So today I'll be live for 3 hours for today's SmackDown, and it'll be done at night. So it'll be a long show. This is the first one back, too. I'm a little bit like, you know, those early shows, they flew by so fast. We were like, oh yeah, we get 3 weeks of early shows. And now it's like, now it's literally like already passing by. Like, that time is over and done with. Over and done with. Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you for checking out. Oh my gosh, look at Naomi. I love her, like, her hair. Like, I love it because it just shows that she is just a new woman. You know, a new woman. But Mike, thank you so much for checking out that video that I did with Weezy. It was so much fun. Blind ranking our unexpected WrestleMania matches. I'm planning on. Hey, look, there's Chris Van Vliet right in the front row. That's so funny. What is? Where are they at today? Where?
I've got a funny feeling, Joe. We might get another one later on.
I'm laughing so hard at seeing just Chris. He's just chilling. Like, he knows he's on camera right now. He just knows it.
Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and
I didn't even realize. Oh, they're in Chicago. Didn't even realize they were in Chicago, to be honest. Like, I don't keep track of, like, where they're at unless it's, like, an international show or it's an international show or something else, you know, like here, like if they're here in California or something. That's usually when I'm up to date. That's so funny. All right, by the way, thank you so much to Sheldon Jackson for gifting a DWO membership. Also, thank you so much to Double S, who also gifted a DWO membership. We also got Joe Compton in the building. Hey, Joe, it's been a minute. Good to see you. Says, what is going on, DWO fam? I hope you are all well. I'm doing good, man. It's been a busy road to WrestleMania. It still doesn't feel like as crazy as it did last year, but it still feels, I don't know, I feel like it's weird. It's like, and maybe you guys can just help me and see if you guys feel this way, but for me it's like an on and off thing. On Mondays, when Raw is on, I'm very aware that WrestleMania is incoming. And then SmackDown, when SmackDown is on, I'm aware WrestleMania is coming, but only in certain portions of the show. And then during the week, it's kind of like, oh yeah, that's like you forget about it, I feel. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but I think it's like when it's right there in front of my face, that's when I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's WrestleMania season. But I feel like if I'm not watching the content, like there's nothing else that's got me thinking about it.
Clean up your mess.
And then Joe, sending love to you. I just saw your comment about you and your father, and I wanted to make sure to let you know that I send you and your father some well wishes, and I'm very sorry to hear that, Joe. Very sorry to hear that.
I know what you're looking for.
We also got Mr. here, who just became a brand new DWO member. Thank you so much, Mr. All right. Today's show, they announced quite a bit, by the way. Like, we have quite a few stuff that were announced for today's show that I feel are pretty good. So we got the last man standing match happening. We also got Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk are doing a segment together. Let's see what else we got. Rey Fenix making a SmackDown debut. That's going to be big. And then BFAB versus Naomi. So you know Naomi's going to run rampant on BFAB. And then we're going to see the Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY for the tag team titles. Number one contenders match to determine the new number one contender. So there's quite a bit here on the show, I think. So I think this will be a pretty big show. We got infamous DJ One who says big card tonight. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling too. That is how I'm feeling too. It feels like a pretty big show. All right, let's see who else we got in here. I want to make sure to give some shout outs. Thank you to everyone who's here, by the way. Let's see, who do we got? We got Kayla Harden. Thank you so much for tuning in to Kayla. We got Double S. We got Fernando Zayas, Charles Credo, infamous DJ One. We got Casey Clark in here. Who else do we got? We got Double S, Ebony Prince. We got Sarah Kolb. Thank you so much, Sarah. Let's see. We got who did I skip? Let me go through them. We got Ben Rankins. What's up, Ben? Thank you so much for the love. Are they kicking off with CM Punk today? I mean, we already got CM Punk chants. I feel like we would hear there it is. There it is. I was about to say, I feel like we're gonna get the CM Punk music going. I'm gonna put the volume a little louder, I feel. Oh, I know, that's pretty loud. Hey, what's up? We got Tracy in the building. Nice to see you, Tracy. We got Dan Lutzka. Good to see you, Dan. We got Night American. Yes, they are promoting him as Rey Fenix, Night American. So, like, they specifically have it on their website. Rey Fenix is set to debut on SmackDown. So, yeah, they got it. What's up to Jared Palmer? Thank you so much for tuning in. We got Darkling 19. We got Big G. Loretta Wright, good to see you, Loretta. King Michael Gang, Ben, Chris Holsinger. By the way, who here hasn't been on the live streams since the international shows? What I'm saying is you didn't watch any of the international streams and you're back now because it's back to a normal time. Is there anybody here who's back on the live streams now that it's on at the regular time and we're gone during the international ones? Let me know. Because obviously when we were doing the international shows, it was totally different. People were at work, doing adult responsibilities. Hey, Spend Big, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, called out tonight. No better way to spend a paid sick day than watching a watch along with Denise. You're the best. Spend, thank you so much, man. I hope you're feeling okay, at least though, enough to enjoy your Friday night. I know you have a sick day, but hopefully you're not too sick. I hope you're okay. So Thank you so much for showing some love, and I hope you have a nice Friday night. Thank you, Sven.
Seldom heard, seldom
We got Chris Holzinger who says he's back. Okay, good to know. Let's see. Wayne is also back. What is up? Rody Soda says me because it's back to normal time. I worked during the earlier hours. Yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking too. Vin is back. What's up, Vin? Let's see. Let me see who else is in here. Oh, we got Jose Perez, by the way, who's a first timer here. What's up, Jose? Thank you so much for tuning in, man. That's really nice of you. All right, let's see what else we got here. We're still waiting for CM Punk. He's admired. He's being admired right now by the people. We got Jay Grouse in here. We got Big G, Sean Denaushi. Good to see you. We got Terrence Sullivan. We got Maggie Sahaj. The Jobs? I think I'm messing that up. But Maggie, thank you so much for hopping into the stream. We also got Dawn in here. Dawn's like, that pop was insane. I love that people were chanting CM Punk's name before he even came in. And hey, Adrian, thank you so much for the nice comments. We also got Jonathan in here and Wayne. All right, we got Loretta who also says she's back. We got Taylor, Aaron Teagle. Good stuff, guys. I wonder what CM Punk's going to say today. I mean, he's en route to finally accomplishing a lifelong dream in main eventing WrestleMania. He's in his hometown. We're on the verge of being at WrestleMania. I mean, there's a lot for CM Punk to like really be excited about in life right now. So let's see what he says. Thank you so much, Adrian. I'm wearing my Jey Uso shirt today. I went to Hot Topic and bought the WWE Hot Topic shirts. I got the Jey Uso one, the CM Punk one. I should have worn it today. The Roman Reigns one.
I don't know where to begin, but they told me that the best television audiences were overseas, but I knew we were coming to Chicago.
Yeah, I was going to say, Chicago's the first crowd that, like, for SmackDown that we're back in the U.S., so we're going to need everyone to be, like, ready to go. You know they're going to be ready to go for CM Punk, though. Oh, my God, is he going to take the camera and show us a POV? Oh, I love that. I love when people do this. Because you get to see what they see. Punk, show the. Oh, I get it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Look at everyone's going crazy. CM Punk does not know how to do a slow pan. He's just like, woo!
Right now, but that was great stuff.
Felt like that was definitely CM Punk did not go to a video school.
Chicago, that's why we don't listen to them. We don't listen to outside voices. Little fact, I'm not supposed to be here. Stop me if you heard it. I was born at Silver Cross Hospital with a cord around my neck. I came out blue. They had to bring me back to life. I'm not supposed to be here. And every time I come out on television, no matter where it is, every city, all across the world, Netflix, USA, doesn't matter. My goal is to make new fans every single time. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen out in TV land, please forgive me while I take the time not to make new fans, but to thank 16,000 strong of my hometown friends and family.
That's great.
When they tell you you're not supposed to be here, you say, well, who's going to make me leave? And that's exactly what I have done every single time I lace my boots up. Hell, every single time I go to the grocery store and they tell me, you're not supposed to be here. I buy my groceries, I pay the man, and then I leave. And ladies and gentlemen, nothing has changed just because, and I don't know if you've heard this, but I'm in the main event of WrestleMania.
Yes. Yes. Also, when the hell does CM Punk have time to do any grocery shopping? Dude is like 1000% busy. Oh, he's mocking The Rock. Hey, yo, he's mocking The Rock. He did it last time too on Raw when he mocked The Rock for the chills thing. That was like a subtle, I think, mocking The Rock a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Punk is good at that.
I've earned it. I started in the backyards of Chicago and they said, you're not supposed to be here. I trained at the Steel Domain at Irving and Central and they said, you're not supposed to be here. I signed a contract here. They said, you're not supposed to be here. I paraded out dressed like Al Capone right over there on John Cena's gangster car at WrestleMania. And they said, that's as good as it gets for you, kid. You're not supposed to be here. And to me, that's when the hard work began. So I appreciate everybody congratulating me. And as I walk through the airport coming home to O'Hare, they say, good luck, CM Punk. Congratulations, you made it. And I'm here to let you know that now the hard work begins.
Yo, you can really feel like how happy he is right now.
Product of this town. I have to thank each and every single one of you, and please forgive me while I'm thanking you if I don't thank my beautiful wife, April, first.
I wonder if she's there. Yay, some AJ Lee chants.
Probably going to be a little bit mad at me for that, but I know somebody who's not going to be mad at me if you chant his name.
Larry!
My puppy Larry.
Larry is so famous, guys. Doesn't Larry have merch? I think Larry has merch. I think, if I'm not mistaken, CM Punk did like a Larry
t-shirt.
Way
too many people to thank, people that got me exactly right where I need to be. I figure coming out on here on television and thanking each and every single one of you was a good start. I wouldn't be who I am without this city. I wouldn't be where I am without this city. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. And now, the hard work begins because I got a date at WrestleMania and I promise you, I am gonna whip Seth Rollins' ass. I am going to put a beating.
That got a huge reaction.
Roman Reigns at the main event of WrestleMania.
Oh, man. You could just feel it, guys. I don't think I've ever felt so much energy from someone that was so excited about being in a WrestleMania main event than CM Punk right now, this moment. Like, you can feel it. Oh, there's Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is
Paul Heyman.
I
love how that's like a chant people chant.
I apologize for being late. It was no disrespect to the second city, and I assure you, I absolutely positively assure you, it was no disrespect to my best friend in the world, the second city saint,
his best friend, huh?
In the world,
his best friend, huh? Roman right now backstage, just like twitching in anger.
I was just getting to thank you. Yeah, come on in.
Hey, I just noticed CM Punk shoes. They say CM Punk on them. I literally just noticed that. That's pretty cool.
You can't escape. Mechanic, EC Dub. EC Dub.
Punk also wanting to chant EC Dub.
I thank you, but tonight, ask not Chicago what you can do for your wise man. Ask instead what your wise man
can do for you.
But the first thing I can do is, if I could steal a phrase here, to be the voice of the voiceless, CM Punk. You belong here. You belong in this ring. You belong in Chicago. And by God, you belong in the main event of WrestleMania.
Been a long time coming.
The last time the two of us were standing here inside this ring, I came up to you because Solo and Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga were breathing down my neck, and I said, please take me with you. And the next week, they put me through the announce table at Madison Square Garden and put me out for the longest I've ever
that
been
was
out,
crazy.
except when I've been fired. And that's not funny. That's not funny.
How sad. I'm sorry for laughing, Paul.
And despite the fact that you whipped his ass and won, the beating that you took was so severe, you were contemplating never coming back. And then I begged you. I pleaded with you. I said, it's 4-on-5 at War Games. And my tribal chief is in trouble. And I don't have another way out, and I have no one else in the world to turn to. Please do me this favor, this one. Just do this, please.
Remember when he said, take me with you?
Yes, I'll do it for you. And you saved the family. You saved the match. You saved the bloodline. You deserve all the credit in the world. And for that, I thank you. And I have, if you'll indulge me, one more favor to ask.
Oh, he has a favor to ask of him. Then he's going to have to owe him another favor.
Another favor.
An eye for an eye, bud.
We're stockpiling favors, ladies and gentlemen. What can I do for you?
Please tell me the favor that I owe you right now.
Okay, that was cute.
Because Roman Reigns is going to be here, and he's pissed off about enough as it is. And you don't know what happens when the tribal chief. Have you ever heard of his father, Sika? Do you know what happens when these Samoans get angry?
Yo, his anxiety levels are high. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's in training camp for WrestleMania, and he...
As he should be. And listen, as much as I think the favor is none of his business, I do think it's going to affect him a little bit.
Just a little bit?
I would like to tell him to his face when I tell you. So why don't you let me and all my friends know when Big Chief decides to show up?
So are we finding out tonight? Later on, maybe? Perhaps? I don't know, but literally this flew by, guys. We literally just did 23 minutes of this segment, and it flew by. CM Punk did like an 18-minute segment promo that went like so fast. The Paul stuff went by so fast. Like, this was the kind of fire that you needed for, oh, look, there's the Rey Fenix from vignettes. I wonder if that's going to be happening next, or they're just promoting it for tonight, like later tonight. Because either way, it's happening today. So excited for him. I'm so excited for him. Guys, I've interviewed Rey Fenix at least like 5 times in like the last several years. Up next, Yes. Oh, that's so great. Okay. All right. Let me mute the commercials really quick, guys. I just need to pause this recording behind the scenes, and then I'm going to read everyone's comments as to what everyone thinks about just went down. And 1 second. Sorry, guys. Multitasking on the background. Also, hold on 1 second. There's always a lot that goes on behind the scenes. All right, cool. And all right, let's see what we got here. We got Eduardo Lorenzo who says, up next. Hell yeah. We got Demolition Dan who says, how you doing? I'm doing good, Demolition Dan. Thank you so much for hopping into the stream. And we got Mike here who says, Heyman no longer Roman's wise man. Let's go, Phoenix. Let's see what else we got. And we got Blake who says Phoenix is definitely winning. Oh, for sure. Night Tish says, love it, but don't get the idea of him joining a week before Mania, though. Just save him for the show after. I mean, look, honestly, it's a 3-hour SmackDown, so I'm like, do whatever you want to make the show exciting because it's a 3-hour SmackDown. Plus, you never know. Maybe he'll be like last. There's still like a lot of matches that have not been announced for WrestleMania, guys. Like, I don't know exactly how many matches have been announced at this point. What, like 6, 7, somewhere around there? Maybe less. I don't know. The point is that there could be a lot more matches added, and I'm expecting for a few more matches to be added. So yeah, I do think that they will maybe just like randomly add some matches in there. So we'll see. Let's see who else we got here. Sucha says Rey Fenix versus ? My guess is Carmelo Hayes. If they did do Carmelo Hayes, that would be a banger of a match. And I'm sorry, I love Carmelo Hayes, but I don't think like I would kind of feel. Wait, you know, now that I think about it, we haven't seen Carmelo Hayes in a while. By the way, like it's been a minute since we have seen Carmelo Hayes. Actually, remind me when's the last time we actually saw when we actually saw Carmelo Hayes. I don't remember. Let's see. We got a couple of super chats though. And let's see what everyone's saying. Loretta writes, thank you so much for the super chat. That is so nice of you. That was very kind of you. And also, I love your little pet. I'm trying to see, is that wow. I was trying to see exactly. I can't tell too much in the picture because I don't got my glasses, but thank you so much, Loretta. We also got Mr. who's also a brand new DWO member. Thank you, Mr. Says, hopefully the KO injury rumors are unfounded. Yeah, so in case you guys missed it, earlier today, they announced, or rather, it was reported, that there's a chance, a probability, a possibility that KO and Randy Orton may not happen at WrestleMania because of KO possibly having an injury. And so hopefully that doesn't happen because damn, it's been such a long time since we've seen, Randy Orton, and this is his big WrestleMania match. And it's just like, it's a story that so many people are invested in that I can't imagine this not happening at WrestleMania. But you know what, though? Things like this do happen. Injuries, of course. We've talked about it so many times. Look at CM Punk. He missed out on his match with Seth Rollins last year because of an injury. So, like, this stuff does happen. It just sucks when it happens, or when you might be out a couple weeks in advance, right when it's about to be WrestleMania. I think that's when it sucks even more. But hopefully, I mean, obviously, I'm being a little on the optimistic side, but hopefully it doesn't take out Kevin Owens, officially. I'm hoping that somehow the way it's like oh, wait, are they going to do Nathan Frazier versus Rey Fenix? What? 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 Guys, what? Okay, if you guys are saying, Denise, why are you saying what so much? Chances are you probably did not. Chances are you have not seen Nathan Frazier. You have no idea why I'm reacting this way. Nathan Frazier is fast as lightning. Like, cast the dude as the Flash. Cast him as the Flash because this dude is so fast. And so him going in and having this match with Rey Fenix is like insane. All right, let's see Rey's entrance. They went all out for Penta, so let's see if they go all out for Rey. Wow. So exciting for him. Yay, got some pyro. That's sick. Oh, yeah, that looks fucking dope. That looks dope. That looks so dope. Oh, I love how he looks too. The bright orange on the gear really, really stands out. Like it's oh my God, I'm so happy for him, guys. One of my favorite talents out there in pro wrestling. Legit one of my favorite talents. So Rey Fenix
now being on this stage for Rey
Fenix. I'm a much bigger Rey Fenix fan than I am a Penta fan. So if you've never seen Rey Fenix wrestle before, you will definitely be in for a treat. And I think that if you guys haven't seen Rey Fenix and Penta work before, I have a feeling a lot of you might really, you might end up liking Rey Fenix the most, in my opinion. I just think Rey Phoenix is I just think he's incredible. And the fact that he's having this match with Nathan Frazier, yeah, this is going to be a banger of a debut because they set him up for success here with Frazier. He's so fast. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Don't blink. Don't blink. Don't blink.
Incredible reception. So much anticipation. You're already seeing what he's capable of.
The most electrifying athletes I've ever clapped eyes on. So thrilled he's right here on the biggest stage of his
yes. I told you guys, do not blink. And they just started.
Shout out to Nathan Frazier, a man who is got a fair amount of hype behind him himself. Now he's essentially playing with house money here. He's not got the kind of hype behind him that Rey Fenix has got, but what a way to upset the apple cart it would be if he pulls off a shocker today.
Look at it, he can't. Nathan is moving too fast for him. He's like trying to catch him. Love that. Nice.
Tell you about Nathan Frazier, who's actually trained by.
There's a roll up, looking for a quick win. Right back on it. Oh, Phoenix! Frazier
like the things I have seen this man do throughout his career, most notably, recently, in AEW, is just like incredibly talented. So I'm so excited to see what he does in WWE.
Seth Rollins earlier today. He said he's never seen an athlete.
Oh, here we go. Dive. Frazier. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh God. I panicked there for a second for Frazier. Woo, I panicked there for a second. But it's okay. It's okay. Worried me there for a sec.
As England has ever really produced. But moments here looking every bit the equal of Rey Fenix.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Welcome to the
It's so crazy because like Rey doesn't even have to do that much, and like even just with like the basics already that he does, people are gonna be like losing their freaking minds, by the way. All right, and it's on mute right now, but it's gonna come back in a second, guys. I'm on the international feed, so sometimes it takes a couple of seconds for the audio to come back. There it is. Basically, every time they go out to commercial, there's a pause, and then when they come back from commercials, there's a pause. Like even though the video is playing, they pause the audio, and then it comes back. So if you do hear a pause like that, that's just WWE's Netflix flow.
So Rey Fenix, we've seen the obvious high-flying brilliance
already.
What's up,
Wayne? Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate you, man.
Hybrid luchador. He's almost a fusion of several.
I know, Nick the Creator. He's like, there's a commercial during this. That's what I was thinking too. It's like, really, a commercial during Rey Fenix versus Nathan Frazier? Bro, we don't want no commercial.
Japan, across the US.
All right. In the meantime, though, I do want to.
Mexico, and he's learned a whole bunch of.
I'm a little behind on super chats, guys. Don't worry, I will get to them. I just don't want to miss Nathan Frazier and Rey. So I will get to everything after this matchup. Don't worry, we got 3 hours.
Great counter by Frazier.
Don't worry, I'll get to them sooner than that.
And that shooting star
Austin writes like, lucky you, we on picture-in-picture. So guys, if you do not want picture-in-picture and that kind of crap, because let's be real, picture-in-picture stinks. It sucks. Picture-in-picture is terrible. Get yourself a VPN. Change your location to Canada. And my friends, you will have a better viewing experience of Raw and SmackDown.
Phoenix's head into the
hopefully that helps you guys out.
Big chop right across the chest.
What's up, Michael Brown? Thanks so much for hopping in. We got Blake Jessup. We got Cocaine, Austin Wright, Larice Johnson.
Just out and out brutality.
Cocaine says, I hate commercials on debuts. I know. Just Running LA says, wait, SmackDown is on Netflix now? I'm watching on USA. So the only reason I'm able to watch SmackDown on Netflix is because of the VPN, guys. I just changed my location to Canada, and I'm able to access, because in Canada, they watch on Netflix. Like, SmackDown's internationally speaking, outside of the United States, is on Netflix. For everybody but Americans. So, so this is the way that I can watch without having to worry about that. Stuart Bridgman says, or just be from Canada like me. Unfortunately, I cannot. I am kind of stuck here.
The NXT Tag Team Champions.
Joseph says she's Hollywood Salcedo. She can do anything. Yeah. All right. By the way, we're back in 8 seconds. We'll be back to from the commercial breaks. Demolition Dan says, who's your co-host tomorrow? I'm back with Mark Henry. Finally, like after 3 weeks. He has been on a tear of Europe, so he's definitely been occupied.
Nathan Fraser is making a SmackDown debut. Phoenix has won 5 tag team titles in different.
All right, here we go. We're back.
Penta, who's been an absolute
now they'll start speeding up. They didn't really do much during the commercial break, so you guys really didn't miss anything.
Phoenix thought this was just going to be a procession through victory. He was very wrong. Fraser's made this one hell of a fight.
Look at the matchup of athleticism between these two here. Superplex. And Fraser
nice.
Back into it, now into the cover, looking for the win here in Chicago.
Well,
I want to see like Rey run circles around Nathan Fraser, because I think right now we've been seeing a whole lot of Nathan Fraser, but this match, considering that it's Rey Fenix's debut, needs to be more about Rey Fenix than Nathan Fraser. So I can't wait for Rey to like run amok on Nathan Fraser.
This has been a sprint from the off.
Fraser,
yes, they do, Chris. They do.
Loving to go for it. Misses on the Phoenix splash.
The movie's put numerous superstars away within NXT.
Big knee.
Right
huge
on the
knee.
Point of the jaw.
Phoenix is crumbled to the canvas. And now Fraser's in control, but a counter opportunity for Rey Fenix.
They're pulling out all the stops here. Whatever it takes.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Just like that, guys. It happens so like he runs the ropes so fast. I love seeing Rey's footwork on the ropes. It's one of my favorite things to see. Good. I didn't want this match to end yet. I was like, nah, bro, not yet. Do not let it end yet. Nick Blue says the same thing I say. I love when Rey Fenix runs the rope. It's ropes. Exactly. It's like a pleasure to see because, you know, obviously us regular people, we can't do that. And seeing the incredible ballads, like, you got to understand, they've been training lucha since they were little boys. I'm talking about Rey and Penta. So, like, the things that you learned in lucha and the things that all of the years and years of training, I was about to bust out my Buzz Lightyear line. Years and years of academy training waste.
And I think you're seeing just that way.
And submissions as needed. He can change it up in the blink of an eye.
Wow.
Great. Awesome.
So that goodbye amigo kick. The fire driver. He starts
like Rey's going to be so popular with the kids because he's so flashy.
Buried offensive assault every which way.
Oh, my.
Rey Fenix. Oh, an MMB. Mexican muscle buster.
There it is, guys. Rey Fenix's first win. Oh, look, he looks so emotional. His first win in WWE. He is a very talented individual that's been hustling in the pro wrestling world for a very long time. So this is 1,000% earned and deserved. Earned and deserved.
Connecting on Nathan Fraser and finally putting the Brit to bed.
Oh, yay, we're going to get a promo. Yay.
Congrats. Go up to the ring to Byron.
I want to get a promo because I want to feel hear his emotion.
I'm sure your emotions are all over the place, but tell us, how does it feel to finally make your debut inside a WWE ring? Gracias, Chicago!
A lot of Mexicans in Chicago too, BTW.
In Chicago, con todos ustedes. Tonight is not the debut of Rey Fenix. Tonight is so much more. Tonight, I reverse of Rey Fenix. I am reborn with love. I am reborn with passion, with reach, with animal. I waited my whole life to say this. I am WWE Animal.
Oh my God, guys. Please give him a round of applause, man. Like I said, so many years of hard work and dedication and changing the game. Oh, yay, Santos. And Angel and Umberto. We'll also have a
performance I expect from the two of you. You understand?
Oh, damn. He's telling them they ain't shit right now. Yes. Damn, Santos.
Come on. Are you serious?
Yes.
Look at him. He's a flying lizard. It's just a flash in the pan.
Not a flash in the pan.
Legado, familia, los Garza. You know what? I'm better than him.
Oh, is that so? Sí, señor.
Oh, they're about to book him versus Umberto next week, probably.
But if you feel that way, you're going to have to show me you're better than him. I'll talk to Nick Aldis and I'll make it happen. Rey Fenix versus Berto.
All right, what do we got next? All right, what do you guys think of Rey Fenix's debut into WWE?
DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns will clash to decide the number one.
Big G says he's 100 times better than both Garzas combined. This makes me sad, Big G, because Angel Garza is a really good wrestler, but if you've only seen him in WWE, so many people would not know that he is very, very talented. And not only is Angel Garza very, very talented, dude has some of the most charisma out of like so many people, but you guys would never know it based off of the stuff that they've done in WWE. And it kind of bumps me out because I'm like, dude, they have so much more potential there, but unfortunately they slotted them in this position, and now it's like it's a sinkhole. Like they can't get out of where they've been slotted for such a long time, and that really sucks. But you know, at this point, what can you do? You know, it really, really sucks. And also, yes, I 100% agree with Naitish here, who says Legado has killed so much. Santos is great as well. Santos Escobar is fantastic. Again, you wouldn't know it. Well, you would know it a little bit more with Santos because he actually has had some decent moments, but they just don't invest the kind of attention that they do invest in other stars. They don't invest that kind of attention in certain people, and we've seen it over and over. Look at Andrade. Andrade is one of the best wrestlers that they have. And also, what's he doing? Nothing. So yeah, it does kind of suck, but I mean, that's where we're at right now. But really quickly, all right, I got to get into the super chats finally because I'm so behind. So thank you so much to everybody for your patience and for your generosity. All right, where am I? Oops. Hold on. Sorry, 1 second. All right, so just a heads up, guys. Usually I have Chris. You guys know if you tune into my Raw watch-alongs, I have Chris who edits shorts for me on Raw for Instagram and all of that stuff. Today, I'm so excited because we have Justin, Cookie's guy over on Twitter, who is doing his first day today of cutting clips for me for SmackDown. And so I just have to like randomly like text him and stuff because I'm texting him what clips to cut and things like that. So if you see me just texting, just know it's because of that. It's some behind the scenes stuff to get like social media content out there and whatnot. So I'm very excited to welcome Justin to the team. So yeah, guys, make sure to give Justin a shout out because I'm excited to have him on board and helping me out. It's just, you have no idea. It's a massive help. So thank you. All right. So let's see, where did I leave off? I left off on Stephen Marchuli, by the way, who says, do you agree the WrestleMania opening match is not a bad slot? Are you kidding me? I think the WrestleMania opening match is one of the coolest spots to be in. And maybe that's just me. Chat, you guys can chime in on this one. But I really do think that the opening match, think about it. No one has more energy at any point during a show than the very, very beginning of the show. Because people there, like when, especially for a WrestleMania, like think about it, guys. When you go to a WrestleMania the whole day, you're thinking about it, right? You're like, oh my God, like whether you're watching at home or you're going to the show, you're thinking about it. You're like, oh my God, WrestleMania's today, like it's happening. And you have that anticipation, for such a long time, you have that anticipation. And then you basically, so your anticipation is at a peak right when the show is about to begin. You know, you get the show open, right? The really great show open that they do, the granddaddy of them all, WrestleMania, right? And then they, do the fireworks and it's a big grand feeling and everyone's like, oh shit, we're here. And then bam, the first match, So to me, it's something that I think is great. Thank you, Steven. All right, we got,
girl you talked to at the bar,
Drew McIntyre here.
That was my title. All the money you made profited off of me being screwed. And you realized, without me in your world, even when you were fighting for the title, no one really cares about Damian Priest unless you're feasting
Drew
off
with
of
the
my
eye
scraps. So you took away both my world
after he
title
went through
opportunities
real glass.
when my back was turned. All I asked for was for you to verbally explain to me how I'm wrong. Poke hole in my logic. Maybe face me like a man, but no. You did what you always do. You hid in the shadows, like a vulture. After I beat Randy Orton right in the middle of the ring, I was heading out with my buddies. You attacked me, put me through a windshield. I can live with my back hurting across the Atlantic, but shards of glass went in my eye, and I might never be the same. I need a miracle. I need to pray. And everybody knows when Drew McIntyre prays, bad things happen.
Oh, yes, that is true. That is true. I prayed for this and it happened.
Drew McIntyre. Let's go back to last Friday at the O2 in London. Strowman was looking to catch up the U.S. title, but out of nowhere.
It's so funny because, like, that was such an iconic moment that it became a meme for, like, a whole year. It was, I prayed for this and it happened. Like, I use it now, like, in regular times. Like, if something happens, I'm like, yes, I prayed for this and it happened.
Strowman and emphatic statement.
This is a match I'm looking forward to, of course. Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman, last man standing. Let's see what Braun has to say.
Fatu has been a massive thorn in your side.
Look, that's an understatement. I've had enough of Jacob sticking his nose in my business. Tonight, I show him why they call me the monster when I buzzsaw him in this last man standing match. Then I'm going to WrestleMania, and I'm taking that U.S. championship to complete my grand slam.
Last man standing.
Oh, there's Solo.
Last man standing, bro.
And Braun's got a little gray hair going today. He didn't have that before, huh?
You still gotta go out there and face the Samoa werewolf Jacob Fatu.
Oh. Do not waste your energy on this pumpkin head bumping his bacon lips about stuff
bacon
that's got nothing to do
lips?
with it. What you need to do is get your boys in order, and my man, you need to keep your eyes on the prize. Yo, Knight, you got a lot of balls coming over here and talking to me like that. Oh, you ain't lying. They're gargantuan. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. You should be worried about me tonight.
I am worried about you just a little bit. Because if you want to make noise, because you're about to make a lot of noise out there. You're going to go, yeah. Because I'm going to be stomping your ass out. Now, if I can go ahead and get a referee out here, why don't we go ahead and remind this dummy exactly whose game this is with everybody saying.
That was funny. I don't know what bacon lips means, but that was funny. Since Tucker's like bacon lips, lol the fuck. Exactly. I don't know where you got bacon lips from, but that's pretty funny. BTW. All right, let me catch up in the meantime with some super chats. We got Chris Ledeck here who says, Paul called CM Punk his best friend in 2013 before turning on him. What do you think the favor is? I've got into, honestly, there's only one thing that I can truly think of, and that is like either him betraying Roman Reigns and aligning with CM Punk is really the only favor that I can think of. Like, I really can't think of what the another outcome would honestly be. Like, legit, that's just the most probable. So either they're going to do that or they're going to do something that I definitely have not considered. Thank you so much, Chris, for the super chat, by the way. We got Mr. in here who says, that's the thing about SmackDown and Raw. The first promo lasts 30 minutes and feels like 5, but then at some point it hits a snag and drags. Oh my gosh. And talk about a snag and drag. That happens a lot on SmackDown. But I feel like so far today, the first hour has gone by like pretty fast. We're still 10 minutes in the hour, but this definitely helped that we had that fiery promo start, the Rey Fenix debut. That definitely goes a long way. But for those of you who have joined my SmackDown watch-alongs in the past, there's been some where, the energy starts to go down a little bit, and I'm like, oh shit, got to get back up there, because once you start feeling like the show is getting a little dull, then that's when the energy starts to go down, and the crowd's energy goes down, my energy goes down, your guys' energy goes down. It's just a snowball effect. So yes, trust me, I know when when those shows feel like snag and drag. So hopefully today's show isn't like that, and I'm hoping that it's not like that for the next couple of weeks. But again, it's a tall task to ask for because this is a 3-hour show, and there have not been that many 3-hour SmackDowns that have hit top to bottom. I thought one of their best SmackDowns was actually like a week or 2 weeks ago. I forget what week it was, but there was a really strong week that they had. Prior to that, there weren't very many. So right now, this show, if they keep the momentum that they've had for the first 50 minutes of the show, then I do think this could be like en route to being a very, very strong show. Thank you so much, Mr., for the super chat. Mr. also says, and the thing is, when SmackDown goes to 2 hours again, we'll see less of the guys like Andrade than we do now. Isn't that wild? Isn't that kind of sad that like we all thought that with the 3 hours, we thought, oh yeah, we're going to be seeing all of these guys. There's going to be all this room for growth. We haven't seen Carmelo Hayes. We haven't seen Andrade. Who else haven't we seen? I'm sure there's a few more people that I'm not thinking of, and I'm not thinking about them because out of sight, out of mind, and so I won't be thinking of them. But yeah, so far the show has been good, and I'm really, really hoping they keep it going because since this is my first Friday night back streaming at night for 3 hours, I need them to keep the show alive, especially because I'm going to get sleepy at some point, and I got to wake up early tomorrow for Busted Open. So I definitely need the show to stay above a 5, above a 6. No, above a 7. I recommend a 7 and above. That's so funny. All right. Thank you so much, Mr., by the way, for your generosity here today. I really appreciate that. Hey guys, we got Desi Baby in the house. Good to see you, Desi Baby. We got Bryn Hawking. Who else do we got here? We got RSH 920 who says 3 hour SmackDowns go hard. Bro, you're wilding. All right, let me get the volume back.
Really awesome scene in Philly.
That's a shout out to Captain Miso Corny. Thank you so much for tuning in. Who else do we got in here? We got Eduardo Lorenzo. We got Super Pro, Ivan Cage, ASMR.
Legendary superstars await clash with Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Jey Uso.
Let's see. We got Johnny 98. Thank you so much for hopping in. Let's see. Who haven't I said hello to? We got Bo Said Bo. We got Janica in here. What's up, Janica? Nightish, nice to see you. We got Soup Sup. I was going to say Soup Soap. I almost said Soup Soap. I don't know why, but Soup Sup, what's up? Wait, Soap. No, wait, Soup. Oh, my God. Why am I getting mixed up with Soup and Soap? I got issues, guys. I got issues. And one of them is How Badly I Need You.
Tama, of course, former
Y'all know that
WWE
song?
Tag
Issues.
Team
Julia.
Champion.
It's Julia Michaels, right? Issues.
Singles match.
I got issues. No, wait, no, that's the other one. Which one's the one that I got issues?
LA Knight back on
and one of them is How Badly I Miss You, or something like that. And then there's I got issues. You got them too. Okay, I think I'm confusing two different songs. I'm not sure anymore. Someone please fix the problem in my brain. What's up, Dylan Johnson? Good to see ya. Haley K, Ender Buckley. Haley K. She's the one that sings the second version of the song that I just sang, right?
Plays a role here tonight.
Haley K. Oh, we got Tama Tonga versus LA Knight. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
No, it didn't, as Knight was able to parry that big left hand that Tama thought.
No, it's not. It's not Haley K. I just looked. It's not her.
I think it's pretty obvious that I'm a big fan of LA Knight. If I had to criticize.
All right, let's see. This should be. This should be a fast match, to be honest. I don't think they should go too long with this one because it'd be a train wreck. We'll see what we get.
Physical danger in the ring with Tama Tonga. Even more so with Solo Sikoa.
I mean, in terms of confidence, we are dealing with a man who described gargantuan onions prior to coming out to this arena floor.
Gargantuan onions? What?
What?
That's funny.
It is not the megastar standing now.
No,
it's Tama Tonga,
who's looking for the early win, but Knight able to kick out with ease. The megastar here in Chicago. No matter where he goes, big boot lands. He gets a incredible reception. We saw that throughout the Europe tour. You see the 2K25 ratings. Knight coming in at an 88.
Popularity and fan support just breaks the scale for the megastar. Where he goes, we get major ovations. And LA Knight now trying to give the people exactly what they want.
Tama, so effective, he just rolls out of the ring. And now out onto the floor.
Yeah, see, we're just talking about keeping the energy up.
Face with Solo Sikoa.
Solo Sikoa just lurking menacingly at all times.
Just caving in the front of our announce desk, slamming his head into it.
The megastar needs eyes in the back.
Man, I don't even remember the last time we saw Tama Tonga in a singles match on SmackDown. Maybe I just forgot, but it's not fresh in my mind.
Oh, and look at Solo jumping onto the apron, giving the attention of the referee. And with that, Tama Tonga takes advantage.
Wow, this is going way longer than I was expecting it to, by the way. All right, we are on a commercial break, but the match is still going to keep going, so I'll keep it running.
There's always a concern with Solo Sikoa is how the company and Tama Tonga, and the distraction happened moments ago, and it cost LA Knight. And now Tonga's taking advantage on the floor, just beating down the U.S. champion.
Yeah, not a question of if, but when Solo Sikoa would involve himself in this matchup. And at this level, it really is a game of milliseconds. Matches are won and lost in the blink of an eye, and that momentary distraction for the United States champ LA Knight was enough to put Tama Tonga firmly back in control.
And that is the case. As Tama Tonga,
infamous DJ1, I agree with you. Says this was supposed to be a squash match. No offense to Tama. Yo, I wasn't expecting it to go like all this time right now, but that's where we're at. I'm a little bit like, oh man, this is what we're doing. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Megastar LA Knight, who does not look his usual self, to say the least.
You know,
Lewis
you
says that's
consider
my
the run
onions.
that he's
Bring
been
all the
on
ladies to your yard.
and the
What?
type of matches that he's been in.
Thank you,
Of course, a
Toby. He
week
says
ago
I got
being
issues and
battled
you
with
got them too, is
the
Julia.
monster
Thank you.
Braun
Hey,
Strowman.
Toby. By the way, you sent a super chat the other day, and it came in after the stream. I'm not sure if you recall, but I screenshotted it, and I was like, I'm going to read it the next time Toby's on the stream. So, Toby, I'm so sorry that I missed your super chat on the last show, but that's what your super chat that you sent in on Wednesday that I didn't get a chance to read. He says, you're all good, Denise and Reg. I'm just a white guy trying to educate myself and really value the opinion of people with other experiences. Toby, thank you so much for sending this in. And again, I'm so sorry that I didn't get to it on Wednesday. Thank you, Toby. I saved it on my desktop, so I hate when that happens too. Like sometimes it just happens like that. Like the stream will end, and even though I'm no longer live, YouTube will still allow super chats to come in, and I'm like, no. I'm like, the stream ended already. And so I just wanted to make sure to get to that. We also got Bryn Hawken here who says Rey Fenix's match was amazing. It shows what AEW fumbled is now WWE again. Will you be going to Money in the Bank at the rumored Into a Dome this year? Now, I just want to clarify something. The Rey Fenix AEW situation, there's a lot that we don't know what happened there, guys. I know that the popular thing to do right now is say, oh, AEW fumbled, Tony Khan fumbled. It's like the new trendy thing to say. But Rey Fenix and Penta had a really great run in AEW. Like legit. And you probably wouldn't know it unless you did watch AEW. So I cannot sit here and say that we didn't get a lot of good Rey Fenix matches, a lot of really good Penta matches. Look at the Death Triangle. Let's never forget that best of 7 series with the Death Triangle and the Death Triangle and freaking the Elite. AEW Tag Team Champions. Like they did a hell of a job. And again, we don't know what happened at the tail end of their time in AEW. I have no idea what happened. I don't know if we're ever going to find out. Probably not, considering the fact that the Lucha Brothers are very, very they're businessmen, so I don't know if they will give us the dirt, right? I mean, Ray did post a lot of stuff on social media and he took them down. So it's one of those things where I cannot agree with saying that AEW or Tony Khan fumbled the Lucha Brothers, because they did have a lot of good stuff that they did do. And then also we don't know what happened at the end of their run in AEW. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't enjoy so many of their matches, like they didn't make me a fan or anything like that, because there were so many matches, so many moments that I will not forget from their time in AEW. With that being said, will you be going to the Money in the Bank at the rumored Into a Dome? I don't know. I didn't even see those rumors no, I did not even see those rumors about Money in the Bank Into a Dome. So this is the first time hearing about it. But if they do, then sure. But I will wait and see until they actually make the announcement. Thank you so much, Bryn Hawken.
Like that mockery against a
Let's see, where am I at now? Let me catch up here.
You cannot do that against someone who is a bona fide United States champion like the megastar LA Knight. If you get a window, you gotta take it, or else you'll get this.
Damn, this match is still going on. What the hell? At least LA Knight has pretty much been dominating this entire thing. So there is that.
And neck breaker. As Knight with an offensive surge as he eyes Solo Sikoa.
Finish him off, LA Knight. Finish him off.
And drops the elbow on Tama Tonga.
I don't know what he's saying, but it sounds funny.
He wants to put an end to this.
As quickly as possible, get yourself out of danger with a big W.
Oh my God.
No. Too much left in Tama Tonga.
A Solo Sikoa up on
Oh
the
no,
apron
he
again.
failed at his
He's a right
attempt
hand.
to ruin
Oh,
Solo's.
no, the
Wait, maybe
roll.
he didn't. I was about to say, if Tama and Tonga defeats LA Knight, I don't know what we're doing. But no, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, there you go. It's over. And Solo Sikoa failed. Solo Sikoa failed at helping this out.
Well, what a victory for LA Knight. We will find out his WrestleMania opponent later on this evening between Braun Strowman.
Bro, Solo Sikoa's just
and
been
Jade
picking up
Cargill.
L's in
That's gonna be
every
last man
direction.
standing.
And I'm not just saying L's in matches. I'm saying L's like in storylines and everything.
Excuse me, Paul. If you
All right,
don't
let's see what
mind,
Paul has to say.
has CM Punk given you
Arrive and now you're bothering me?
understood? But I just want to know if CM Punk has given you any indication further about this favor.
No, and I don't know why that he has to give me an indication, because no matter what, why am I telling this to you? What? Come here.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying this for the record. CM Punk, I'm on record saying this, okay?
Oh,
No
it's
matter
Roman's
what
car. I think that's
the
rolling in
favor is,
right behind him.
my answer is yes.
Don't
Okay?
say yes without knowing,
Yes.
Paul.
So now you can just
You're
tell me
wildin'.
and get me out of this jam I'm having with my tribal chief. The answer is yes.
He isn't going to ask you for cookies.
The answer is
Muffins,
yes.
maybe.
My tribal chief, you have arrived in Chicago.
Nope, it's Seth Rollins. We all thought it was Roman Reigns.
Come on, cheer up. You're not happy to see me? Oh, you were expecting the other Shield guy, right?
The other Shield guy.
You look horrible. You look
He does,
awful.
though.
I've
He's
seen
looked
you
worse.
in a bad way before. This might be the worst. I've
No,
ever
this is
seen
not
you.
the worst.
You look like you had a horrible week. I, on the other hand, I had a great week. You see, once I got away from this big CM Punk main eventing WrestleMania celebration, I was able to gain some perspective. I was able to formulate a plan. And you know what I was thinking, though, Paul? This favor thing, man, really dug
His
yourself
face.
into a hole here, huh? But
He's not having it with Seth right now.
it kind of affects me too. So when Roman does get here, you let me know, because I want to be present to hear what this favor is going to be too. Wipe that tear away, pal. It's going to be all right.
Poor Paul. He's incredibly stressed.
Remember, Punk told Heyman that he's only going to reveal the favor.
All right.
to
Oh, we got
Roman's
the Charlotte Flair coming up next. Let's see what ensues with her and Tiffany today. Been a talk of the town. Woo! And another really killer outfit for Charlotte Flair. Look at that choker that she has on.
Royal Rumble winner.
That like really fancy
The war of
choker.
words between
The lace,
WrestleMania
the
and
corset.
is gonna continue.
All of it is just so nice.
Charlotte Flair. Will be face to face with Tiffany Stratton. Wade Barrett's going to be the man in the middle of it all. Tiffany and Charlotte next.
All right, let's see what we get out of Tiffany and Charlotte this time. Hopefully it's a little bit stronger than before.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, Stephanie and Pat
really
McAfee.
cool.
I still haven't seen Stephanie's places, but I do got to watch it at some point.
Here we go.
I've been saying every single time that they put it on, oh yeah, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. And I still haven't watched it.
The princess, the queen, the goddess has arrived.
God, I remember growing up, I was such a big Stephanie McMahon fan. I was a big fan of hers because she had, like, to me, she's just so beautiful. And she still is, of course. But I remember just, like, her and her brown hair and her sassy little attitude that she had. I was so on board with just the way that she, like, handled herself, you know? I really, really was on board with that. We got Bear Hudson, by the way, a DWO member for 23 months, who says, I'm so proud of the way you uplift women of color. Thank you so much, Bear. But I don't even, like, I just think women need to uplift other women in general, too. Like, there's so much, I feel like the, one of the things that's constantly, I guess, thrown out there. I guess the assumption is that like all women hate each other. And I'm not going to lie to you. There's a lot of mean girls out there. And I've experienced them throughout my entire life. And I just feel like we're too grown up for that now. You know, I'm 32 years old. You cannot be beefing with other women like past, I don't know, 14. I don't know what age. I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, you should just uplift other women just in general across the board. Like, we already have it bad enough, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's already bad enough for us already. We got so much shit we have to overcome. Yeah. Bear, thank you so much for the love. We got Mr. here who says, with as much as Tonga loses, is it safe to say Loa carried the tag team? I don't even know anymore with these guys, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. I don't even know anymore with these guys, but they're kind of fun to just like troll a little bit, to be honest. Like, I have a fun time making fun of Tama Tonga. I'm sorry. That sounds terrible. I have a fun time making fun of Tama Tonga. I'm sorry, Tama Tonga. Mr. Thank you so much for the super chat. We got Sucho here who says, really missing Nia Jax. Oh, there you go. That's another person we haven't seen in a minute. She's not injured, is she? What's going on with Nia Jax? I don't really know what's going on with Nia Jax. Is she injured and just not on TV? I don't think I've really heard anything of what's going on with Nia Jax. So I don't even have an answer for you, Sucho. I'll look at the chat here and see what the chat says. Infamous DJ1 says, yeah. Dylan Johnson says they're fun to beat up in 2K25. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, let's see. Okay, so it just looks like she just is probably not on TV. Okay, well, it's what it is, guys. Look, it's funny because right as we were saying Nia Jax, she popped up on one of those little video packages that they play. Yeah. Tracy says, wow, Denise, that was cold. Been brutal lately, girl. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Tama Tonga. I'm sorry. My apologies. JBG from GA says they probably just aren't using Nia, so she's not booked for Mania. I was going to say, yeah, there really isn't anything going on with her. Oh, here's the vignette for that, what we think is Malachi Black, which I think Sheldon Jackson the other day shared the date for that. It was like 444 or something. Forgot what the date was. They might reveal it right now, actually. Oh, I was wrong. I thought they would reveal it right now.
Split screen. Future Hall of Famer, Royal
John, thank you so much for the generous super chat. Says, Denise, you're awesome, and I think I know what the favor is, Alameo. What do you think the favor is? Because if you have a really great idea, I'm stealing it, John. I'm going to steal your really great idea. So go ahead and let us know what you think it is. Tippy time. Tippy also looks great.
WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton.
The time is now for Tiffany Stratton. Tiffy time in Chicago, but in 15 days, mark the clock, when it's Tiffy time as the champion in Vegas. My broadcast partner, Wade Barrett, gets us set for another showdown between these fiery WrestleMania.
Oh my gosh, and it's going to be live showdown, like in the ring. Oh my God, guys, like, Tiffany Stratton really needs to redeem herself here. Like, this is her chance to redeem herself.
Now, due to the heated nature of recent interactions between you two, I have been volunteered to moderate this interview. First, please let me welcome.
Come on, Tiffany, you gotta bring it. Gotta bring your A game here, girl.
Tiffany Stratton. And her
Yeah, by the way,
opponent,
everyone's pointing out that it's the Battle of the Black Lace. They're wearing similar outfits. Yes, they are pretty much dressed like twins right now. I mean, they're totally different outfits, but the aesthetic is pretty much the same. God, sorry, I don't have my glasses.
That's power. Hey, Chicago, what time is it?
Oh, wow, that was loud. Yeah, Tiffy time.
That was cute.
Okay, Charlotte, I would like to start with you. Now, please give us a little more depth as to why you chose Tiffany Stratton as your WrestleMania 41 opponent. And then also, do you still agree after recent interactions that that was the wise choice?
Well, here we are. She was begging, and I'm the gift that keeps giving. She wanted a moment, and I hadn't done any charity work lately.
Oh.
And every week, that desperation leaks through. No, so you're right. I did make the right choice. You want to know why? Because I wanted to show the smartest wrestling fans in the world here in Chicago that there is no comparison.
Are you done? Wait, did she get her woo in? Listen, Charlotte, your biggest competitor has never been within this ring. Your biggest competitor has been them. And no matter how hard you try, no matter how long you're out for, that's a battle that she'll never win.
Okay. All right.
And you love to put on this facade like nothing gets to you, like you're above everybody else, but then you're crying on some boohoo talk show? Which one is it, Charlotte? And the saddest part about all of this is no matter how many titles you win, you could break all the records, but when it's all said and done, you'll always come second to your daddy, Ric Flair.
She brought out the big gun. She was like, hey, I'm going to mention your dad.
You're going to come second to me, Tiffany Stratton.
Do you think you're the first?
Do you hear that? That's power.
Using her own words against her. Nice.
Do you think you're the first opponent?
Dang, she's stealing all of Charlotte's bits.
Chicago. Hold on. You have just regurgitated what my last opponents have said the last 10 years. You think you're the first opponent to say that I've come second to my dad?
Oh man, the boos are so loud I could barely hear her.
Tiffany and everyone watching at home, if I have to come second.
Damn. I wonder how Charlotte's going to fire back.
It doesn't matter if you win 100.
Damn, Charlotte's getting nuclear heat.
Charlotte, cat got your tongue.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, they're booing so loud. What would you come, guys? What would you like me to say?
Damn, she can't even speak.
Man, this is really cool because here's the thing. Tiffany could win. You know what, Tiffany? You can go ahead and have the last word.
Charlotte, at 25 years old, what were you doing? You were trying to become a volleyball player drinking in your daddy's basement. And what am I doing at 25 years old? I'm walking into WrestleMania as the WWE Women's Champion.
Dude, okay, this is like working out so much better for Tiffany than that first promo.
You say that
the
this
crowd is
just
helping
another
her here.
match to you? Seems like I've gotten to you, Charlotte. And your WrestleMania record may be 4-3, and you may be the queen inside of the ring, but outside outside of the ring, you ain't the queen of shit. What are you saying?
Oh no! Oh no! Charlotte's so good at mocking.
I can't hear you.
Oh no!
What are you saying to me? And for 16 more days, you get to call yourself WWE's least favorite Nepo baby. Congratulations.
Queen. Nepo queen. Number 1 Nepo baby.
Oh my God, Charlotte.
And when I beat you at WrestleMania, Charlotte, and when it's all said and done, you're going to be just like you are outside of the ring. Alone.
Aww.
What is that record?
Oh
Like
no.
0-3? Woo!
No, her divorce.
Kaiser's in my DMs.
Wait, Kaiser in her DMs? Where is this going? Oh my God, that got messy.
And in just 2 weeks,
That got
they'll be
messy.
battling in front of the entire world
Hey,
at WrestleMania 41.
I don't know what to say. Like, heard her say it and then
WWE
like
Women's
registered it.
Championship.
I'm like, wait, she's
Charlotte
talking about her
and
divorces
Tiffany coming
now.
away in
Oh
Vegas.
my God. All right, I was not expecting this to go
Ladies
that
and gentlemen,
direction.
I'm pleased to make a major announcement. In conjunction with Raw General Manager Adam Pearce, next week, right here on SmackDown, we will present to you a women's tag team gauntlet match featuring teams from both Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, we have
the
that
winners
TV?
will face Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the women's tag team championship at WrestleMania.
Okay. Didn't even realize we had that many tag teams, but
Women's
sure.
tag team
All
gauntlet
right.
to challenge
Hold on
Liv
one
and
second,
Raquel.
guys. This is wild. Let me just start really
Speaking of
quickly a
tag
new
team.
recording here.
The Street Profits are on top of the world.
Oh, we got the Street Profits next. Oh yeah, your new tag team champ.
Several weeks across Europe.
Street Profits, the champs, making their way out to take in the match that'll determine their next.
Everyone's saying Terrence Sullivan says Jerry Springer style promo in Chicago. Oh man. Oh no. Double S says Charlotte trying to beat her dad's divorce record. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a line that they pulled too. Like, considering that they went that direction, I feel like next week Tiffany might bust out that line. Mike says here, Tiffany needed this promo in front of the crowd, and then this ending happened. I know. Like, this was definitely better than what happened when they did that split screen interview, because that was just very, very rough. There were some little mishaps that, like, Tiffany did do great tonight, Jolie. I agree. I think she did a million times better than her split screen interview. And that ending here with Nerd of Music and Film says, holy how Tiffany hurt Charlotte. That ending, like, it was interesting to me when she said that because like the divorce line, like that was perfect, right? Like that's a really good way where I think Charlotte, after the divorce line, should have just like not said anything, right? I think that it should have been like a thing of like, oh shit, she got me, you know? She got me. But then when Charlotte threw in the, oh, well, then why is Ludwig Kaiser in my DMs? I was like, yo, that's not where I thought this was going. Like, not where I thought this was going. That's when I feel like maybe she did get mad here from Kevin West, who says Charlotte got mad. Because again, I think it would have been, okay, the divorce line, silence from Charlotte, stunned, camera shot of Charlotte. And then immediately after that, that's it, right? We move on. But the fact that she threw in, Ludwig Kaiser's in my DMs, that makes me wonder, yo, did Tiffany get to you with this line? So anyways, that was some drama right there, but I kind of like it. Kind of like the drama, guys. I kind of had fun with that segment because I really did not know where it was going to go. And the fact that they did an in-ring promo, like Tiffany very much needed this. The crowd helped her out tremendously, but also, yeah, I think the only thing that Tiffany needs to work on is just her confidence. That's literally it. Like, she's got pretty much everything. It's just her confidence. I kind of felt a little nervous for her. It's like I felt the nervous energy I don't know if you guys got that. In some parts, I did feel the nervous energy where I'm like, okay, come on. You got this, Tiffany. You got this. Like, just say what you need to say. Like, sell it more. Sell it more. The only part where I felt the nervous energy was the stumble. But other than that, and then Charlotte, like, mocking her right after that, that was huge because, like, Charlotte, you know, she's far more experienced, so she knows how to improvise like that. And the way that she improvised when she saw Tiffany Stratton's mistake and, like, really went with it, I thought, oh shit, like that's a pro right there, because someone who's not a pro would just let it be. But Charlotte's a pro in the sense that she knows how to, like, again, improvise. So yeah, it was just a whole lot. But yes, Ben Big says, yeah, she's 22. She'll get it. She's still learning. Well, she's older than 22. What did she say? She's 25 right now, I think. But yeah, so she's definitely still learning, of course. But yeah. Oh boy, that was fun. That was fun. We got Icy here who says this was really good because it felt real in my opinion. Yeah, okay. Thank you everyone for reminding me she's 25. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, and Arthur says our crowd was really behind Tiffany Stratton. Yeah, like they're really behind her. They like Tiffany. But I also think they really just dislike Charlotte. So they, in order to like boo Charlotte, you not only boo Charlotte, but you also cheer Tiffany a little extra harder. So yeah, the crowd's behind her, guys. Like the crowd is behind her. I really don't know what's going to happen in that match, to be honest. I really, really don't. We got Ryan Adams here who says, in some NXT news, Julia returned at tonight's house show. Hey, yo, thank you so much for sharing that, Ryan. That's good to know. That was so fast. I almost feel like she didn't even need to like drop her title. That was so fast. Stephen Marchulli says, I think Charlotte versus Tiffany could steal it. They are going to have an awesome wrestling match. That's what I truly, truly believe. I believe the wrestling match will be awesome. I cannot wait to see that. All right, we're back on the show. We're 15 days away. We got King Michael Gang 123 here who says, yes, man, Tiffany Stratton with the roast. Oh, yeah. She roasted and then left. It was so fun. I still can't believe they went there. Steven Marchulli says Tiffany dropped bombs. I'm not over that divorce bit. So wild. Thank you, Steven. Thank you, Steven, King Michael Gang, Ryan Adams, John Stamey, Sucho, Meester. Thank you.
Motor City Machine Gun.
Mace Machiavelli says, I wish the crowd would have let Charlotte talk, though. Shaking my head. It was kind of cool to see her, like, get so much heat from the crowd, especially because you usually see this kind of reaction primarily for the men. Like, if you've noticed that the men are usually the ones that get that kind of heat. Like, Charlotte, to me, is like one of the recent female names that I'm seeing get this kind of heat.
And Shelley, they're closing in.
So, I mean, it's wild.
Team that's been their chief obstacle time and again. And the goal, those guys, the street.
We got Mr. here who says either Bailey or Lyra, which I hope don't, or Bliss and Cross wins next week. It's the only thing that makes sense storyline-wise with the recent shows and PLEs. Yeah, I don't know who's even going to be in that tournament, to be honest. I can't even think of that many female tag teams at this point, which is wild. So wild. Thank you, Mr. for the super chat. We got Mike Centeni here, who's been a member for 3 months. Thank you so much, Mike. Nick the Creator says she got that Logan Paul heat. It's pretty close, but I think people still hate Logan Paul a lot more, for sure. For sure.
Speaking of the Profits, of course,
this is for number 1 contendership.
When Montez Ford was nearly scraping the ceiling of the Olympic Arena in Barcelona from the heavens on top of Johnny Gargano and took the championships off DIY. That was a sensational battle, but now Gargano and Ciampa in this spot to work their way back. Here we go. Good tag action in a division that's been so deep and so red hot. Number 1 contenders match to face the Street Profits.
It has been a red hot competitive division. All teams having to scratch and claw for every opportunity.
Friday Night Smackdown presented by Jimmy John's. They're finally here. All
right, let's see what we get out of this.
At Jimmy John's, you can order today.
Let's do this.
These two teams, of course, both held.
Let me get some shout outs to some people in the meantime, too. I haven't done any of that in a minute. Who haven't I shouted out? Let me go through this. Arthur Thompson, good to see you. Ryan Adams, DJ, OTC guy, HMPD, Josh Perry.
Yeah, the betrayal of
Ben. Oh no, Ben, I shouted you out like 100 times already. What am I talking about?
course, the current
I think I got mainly everybody. Kyle Anthony, good to see you, Kyle. If I have not shouted you out at some point and you've been hanging out in here and you're feeling ignored, please let me know. Stony Angel, what's up? I want to make sure I didn't miss you guys while I was catching up with the wrestling. We got Michael Dominguez. What's up, Michael? My tip says you haven't shouted out your tribal chief.
Due to the rampant disorder that has been the SmackDown.
Janica says it's me DMs was a Conor McGregor move. I popped.
Kelly has no problem delivering right hands. And a little something extra for Johnny Gargano.
Then so I can never get any more enough shout outs. Okay, good. Okay, good. Oh, what's up to Prince J World? Nice to see you in here. We also got Jessa Rating Bird. Nice to see you, Jessa. Let me know what books you're reading at the moment. I want to get into a good book. There's nothing like having a good book with you. I haven't had a good. I actually haven't sat down to read a book, like a good book, in like
from Johnny Gargano.
5 months, I think. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of that. All right.
Well, slingshot spear by Gargano gives the advantage at this point to DIY.
We got a super chat here from Dan Lutzla. Thank you so much, Dan, who says, I have a video question for you. Why on old TV shows and wrestling shows they have black bars on each side, but some WWE docs have old footage with no bars? My wife is like, dude, we have a big TV. Maybe they didn't like repurpose it, like for like change the format, because don't they do that for like old footage, like when they uploaded and stuff? Don't they like repurpose it like to format bigger screens as times have changed? I wish I knew like the legit answer for that. That's just my assumption. They format some and maybe don't forget all of them. That's honestly the only thing I got. Dan, I wish I had a better answer for you. If someone here is like knowledgeable on this, please let us know. Thank you, Dan, by the way, and hope you're having a good Friday night. And tell your wife I said, what's up? All right, thank you, Dan. Hey, what's up, well-rounded Leo? Says I'm here, Denise. I just needed a little attention. What's up? You get a little attention. What is going on?
Stops the brutality of them.
That is the issue of slowing down the pace when you're in there with someone like Alex Shelley. Johnny Gargano was tending to do that. If you have the upper hand, make it count.
Sorry, guys.
And that is not historically something we've seen from Johnny Gargano. This is a very different personality from him of late. Although, in fairness, it did indeed take him and Ciampa to tag gold at one point.
It did. Back in December.
The end justifies the means.
Working on that left leg.
Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin.
All right, we're still on a commercial. All right, let me get some more comments here.
Certainly will slow them down.
What's up to Carly McCord? Thank you so much for tuning in to the stream. Hope you're having a nice Friday. Wayne says, Denise, when are you going to write your book? What am I going to say in the book? Hi and bye. I don't even know what I would be able to say.
What an outstanding
Let's see.
Job this has been by DIY, just textbook.
Yeah, ring awareness to get Shelley off onto his own.
Queenie Sarah says, aspect ratio tend to be different for different generations of TV programming. Right, but I thought they could like reformat that, you know? Like zoom it in a little bit, adjust for the new updated TVs. I'm not too sure if you can do that. I'm sure you can. Let's see what else we got. We got Onyx here. It says, I can't wait until the Lucha Brothers get the tag titles. Yeah, only problem is there's only so much competition. Christopher Rowley says, I think the black bars on either side has to do with WWE before the WWE went to HD. Thank you, Christopher. Let's see. Lewis says this old footage is 480p square. Yikes. It's so wild sometimes to see how much television and everything has like really upgraded over time. We got Paul in here who says, as much as I like them roasting each other, we can still see that Tiffany needs to work on her mic skills. The claws were out for tonight, sure. Yeah, we were kind of mentioning that a little earlier, but this was definitely her best performance. She needed this tonight. She really, really did. And then also,
how about Sabin breaking loose against both Ciampa?
Mike, I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Mike says, hey, remember my chat from before.
You kinda
Which
know the deal.
one
You
are
might
you
have to do this
referring
on your own.
to?
Although Shelley seemingly back in the mix already.
The only one
You
I'm
saw the
seeing
champs
here.
looking on. 5 hold to the outside. Street Profits.
The only one I'm seeing here is this
for these
one, but it
two
doesn't have like
former
anything.
tag
So
team
I'm not sure if you
champions,
meant to write
DIY
something in there, Mike.
And the Motor City
And that's the
Machine Guns.
only one I am
Just
seeing.
innovators of
So
that
I'm
modern
sorry if I'm a little
cruiserweight
confused
style.
on that
The
one.
guys that the locker room today had studied for years before.
Oh, here we go. Mike says, member chat. I meant to thank you for all the videos. Keeps me away from live. Mike, thank you for all your support, man. You've been so continuously generous here on this channel and like tuning in. So thank you so much, Mike, for also being a member too.
So much at stake, and I promise you this: throughout their long careers, the Motor City Machine Guns, as we take another look at the
Okay, for my book says, tell us how these wrestlers really are. I know you got some stories. I'll save them for the book. Can everybody save like the juicy stuff for their book someday? Oh wow, I wasn't even recording this. Whoops.
We're in the process of Chris Sabin crashing down there. The turnbuckle got ripped off.
Well, that's exposed now. That top turnbuckle is completely off.
Oh,
and it's an exposed top turnbuckle. Oh, he tries to ram his head right into
You
it.
could see what Ciampa was doing with that high ring.
There's the roll up.
Almost backfired on him, taking the referee's
what a big knee.
Attention away and trying to use the exposed turnbuckle.
Those knees right to the lower back. Push the leg for the win and the kick out.
Late kick out there from Chris Sabin after that connection from Project Ciampa that he's won countless matches with, both here and on NXT.
For the win. Coming in to make the save is Alex Shelley. Fairy tale ending to a nightmare for DIY.
We're seeing the greatest hits of DIY right now, but it's not been enough thus far to put away the Motor City Machine Guns and claim that #1 contender spot. Although surely the end is nigh, Joe.
Remember, meeting in the middle backfired last time they went for it.
Oh, they almost backfired again.
Ciampa with the switch.
I don't know how Chris Sabin is still standing at this point.
Uncanny ability to go 2-on-1 and take advantage. And now lining up the facial and delivering it.
What a beauty, right to the kisser of Tommaso Ciampa. And now defenseless is the Sicilian.
And now the skull and bones attempt again.
Ooh, that was a long fall down.
That's 2 times. Here's the roll up. Ciampa utilizing the
Oh, he almost cheated. But he got caught. He got caught.
You don't get much past him. Worth a try at least.
Going into the corner. Oh, the exposed turnbuckle.
And it backfired on him. Sorry, Ciampa. All right, so Motor City Machine Guns versus the Street Profits, since they're now the #1 contenders.
Well, that turned into complete disaster after Ciampa's skull rattled off that exposed turnbuckle. Let's take another look at how this went down. This is where Ciampa thought he pulled the wool over Charles Robinson's eyes. Charles Robinson too smart, but here's where it went wrong. Face first into the exposed turnbuckle. A tight high pin by Chris Sabin. We have new #1 contenders.
Mike Centeni says, seriously, how many times have we seen this match? Look, the last time we thought we had seen a match multiple times, we went and then searched on Pro-Fi TV and then learned that it wasn't even like that much time that had gone by.
Opportunity that's presented to you. Unlike these guys, who last week in their home country had a title shot and lost. Pretty deadly, or like pretty useless.
Imagine getting an opportunity, finally, and fumbling at the 1 yard line. I mean, are you guys a tag team or are you Chicago Bears?
Either way, both a joke.
Oh, we're a joke. Huh? Well, we've got jokes, haven't we? Here's a joke for you. The Marine 3.
Yeah,
oh, how sad. Poor Miz.
4. The Marine 5.
At least the Marine was made 6 times. How's your musical?
Oh, it's funny you mentioned the musical, actually. We just got finished writing a song, and you would love it. It's about a character who hasn't been awesome for at least 10 years, if they ever was. And what did we name the track? I was there
The Miz.
The Miz. I'm a 9-time tag team champion. How many titles have you won?
9 times. How many partners is that, Miz?
Yeah.
You've had so many partners, and now you're here with a younger, hotter model. You're basically the Leonardo DiCaprio of tag team wrestling.
The Leonardo DiCaprio of tag team wrestling.
Wondering,
What?
Are you also happy being relegated to The Miz? Icing on the cake, Elton. Icing on the cake. They're not even a real tag team.
No, they're not. Understand that we are mellow, don't Miz. And you
Mellow
two
Dumb Miz.
couldn't beat us.
That's right. I forgot they were even doing this
We
Mellow
are-
Dumb Miz stuff. That was the last time I remember seeing Carmelo Hayes. Was that one time that they were like pitching him the Mellow Dumb Miz stuff?
Remember,
God.
still to come tonight.
I've forgotten about
Who
that,
will
to
be
be
the
honest.
last man standing? #1 contender match for LA Knights.
Oh yeah. I'm excited. I'm still excited for this
Braun
match.
Strowman,
By the way, we got
Jacob
Toby here. What's up,
Fatu,
Toby?
spot at
Earlier I was
WrestleMania.
shouting Toby out and
Coming up.
following up on his Wednesday super chat. Toby says they don't have a lot of tag teams, and I like what you said for Roxanne and Bailey for Intercontinental title. Do you think Lyra and Becky could go for tag at Mania? It's hard to say right now because we haven't seen. We're about to see Naomi versus B-Fab, but we haven't seen Becky Lynch in a long time, and so it's really hard to say if that'll happen at WrestleMania since we haven't seen Becky in a while. But like they did say, there is a tournament if Becky comes back and she teams up with Lyra in the tournament. You never know. It can happen. But at this point, I just really don't know what the plan is for what do you call it for Becky Lynch. But we do got B-Fab versus Naomi next. Thank you so much, Toby.
Last week's attacker, Naomi.
We also got Ryan Adams here who says, might have to throw Charlotte Tiffany in a Hell in a Cell now. Yo, I was going to say, well, I mean, it really feels like they don't like, I don't know. Like, it does feel like they don't like each other. Like, that much does feel really authentic, which in a way is really great. And I feel like it's wild, huh? Like, just like the vibes that you get from Charlotte to Tiffany. And I feel the way this has come across on TV, it makes me feel like Charlotte does not like Tiffany. And it makes me feel like Tiffany maybe once liked Charlotte, but then changed her mind about Charlotte. I don't know. That's just my assumption based off of what we're seeing on the promos. It really do be feeling like that. Thank you so much, Ryan. We got Rudio here who says, I can't even read. Upset I missed part 1 of your Mania 1 trivia stream. I will be there for part 2 to punch my imaginary ticket to Mania. Let's go, Rudio. Yeah, you can always play on the replay of it, of course. But yeah, I know it's really hard to try to come up with a time that'll work for everybody. I still haven't decided what time I'm going to do it next Thursday. I don't know if I should do an earlier stream or if I should do a late night stream. I might do a late night. I might do it a little later on Thursday just because again, I think I want more people to have the opportunity to tune in. So I will probably push it a little later than 3 o'clock in the daytime or at 6 o'clock Eastern time, you know? Thank you, Rudio. Thank you so much to Jared Palmer here who says, will you and Lisa be at WrestleMania? Yes, I will be at WrestleMania week, but I won't be physically at WrestleMania. I'm planning on coming back home Saturday. And either way, like I won't be at WrestleMania. Like even if I decide to stay in Las Vegas Saturday and Sunday, I will probably be doing a watch along from my hotel. So I'll either be here, which is the plan right now. Like I have not changed my flight. My plan is to be here and do the watch along from here. But if like worst comes to worst, then I would do my watch along in the hotel. But either way, I will be here to do a watch along and hang out with everybody and do the podcast and all of the stuff that I normally do. So yeah, but I will be there for like WrestleMania week events, media stuff, and trying to get to as many events as I possibly can, which is going to be insane. Tomorrow I am dropping early in the morning. I'm dropping a WrestleMania 41 Ultimate Guide video, and basically what I did was if you're going to be at WrestleMania and you want to know what the hell is happening in every single aspect of it, like travel wise, events that they have going on, meet and greets, cool events, rare events, the wrestling shows, just all of that stuff, because there's so many events and there's a lot that unless you go in and like look around and poke around, you don't know what's really out there. So I did a video kind of like covering all of that and letting people know like some alternatives. And the way I'm actually really excited with the way that the video turned out, because it's probably a different kind of a video than what you guys are used to for like WrestleMania weekend kind of coverage. So I do think that this one will be fun, because the number one thing that going into this WrestleMania when it comes to the conversation about like ticket prices is that it's so expensive. So one of the things that I did was I included all of these ways in which you can still watch WrestleMania without, and I'm like in a cool venue, obviously, like if you don't want to watch it at home, right? If you want to go out and be in Las Vegas and experience WrestleMania weekend, but don't want to have to pay those prices, I did find some other like alternative things that you guys can do and try to still get the full WrestleMania experience. So that was the video that I worked on today. It was supposed to be up today, but I ran out of time to like edit it on time, and so it'll be up tomorrow. But anyways, speaking of which, we are back here on Smackdown. Thank you so much, Jared Palmer, for the super chat.
Part of WrestleMania week comes your way Saturday, April 19th at 10 o'clock p.m. The Phenom's going to have that intimate setting.
There you go. There's an idea right there. Undertaker's One Dead Man Show.
Sale now at Ticketmaster.com. There's BFAB. A couple weeks ago, she didn't hesitate in taking on Charlotte Flair. Tonight, stepping up with a challenge that comes with perhaps a little more emotion attached to it. Out for revenge against Naomi.
I wonder if Naomi's ever going to change her theme. Because this theme is still a little too fun for her character. Oh no, she's going to get attacked by Jade.
Oh! Jade Cargill.
No wonder I was like, how is she going to do her entrance? Let's go.
It was 2 weeks ago that
oh, so is this match even going to happen? I wonder if it's even going to happen.
A vengeance there.
They're struggling to hold her back.
Well, there's a highly agitated and enraged Jade Cargill, who lost months of her career to former Big Three friend.
Oh my God, is BFAB going to defeat Naomi because of the distraction and the beatdown? Because that would be wild.
Let's go right away.
Well, you can make way too many enemies in this game, and of late, Naomi, I would suggest, has certainly done that.
So Jade Cargill, who is
no, I guess not. I feel like it's gone on a little bit too long for that to happen now. I feel like Naomi could get her bearings.
All the drama in Rey Fenix. How about the big kick?
Plus, they haven't even made this match official yet for WrestleMania, have they? Naomi and Jade?
Into the cover.
They haven't made it official, huh? Like, we're still waiting for that, right? Because in my mind, it's already on WrestleMania. Like, in my mind, it's in. Thank you, Jonathan. Does not yet. Okay, thank you. Like, in my mind, I'm like, I know this is a WrestleMania match, but I don't remember if I made it or if WWE made it. Who booked the match, damn it?
Going up against Naomi, and you see the results you get.
Well, PFAB told me before she arrived here in WWE, she idolized Naomi. Wow,
for the win.
Just the playbook of
Sarah says, I hope their match has been shifted to Mania on SmackDown. Yeah, that would kind of suck. I hope they don't either. I think that it could go into WrestleMania.
You mentioned the matchup several weeks ago with Charlotte Flair and how BFAB really held her on, and she's doing the same here, more than the same perhaps, against Naomi.
Oh, she's in a very compromised position.
I wonder if they're going to do the Andre the Giant's Memorial Battle Royal on SmackDown again. They usually do that for SmackDown now. It used to be like the pre-show thing. Now it's not the pre-show thing. It's like the SmackDown thing.
To hit the back of her head and upper back against the corner.
Yeah, the clues are there. Proceed with caution. The nice girl is gone. 2025's Naomi is
good girl gone bad.
That modified lung blower, and now the cover.
Nice little victory there for Naomi.
Well, Well, surely mentally shot after that start by Jade Cargill, but talk about expanding your playbook. Have a look at this. You call it right, Joe. Modified kneeling long blower.
Oh my God, did he do it, Sheldon? Says shout out to Alex Ovechkin for tying Wayne Gretzky's NHL career goal of 894 tonight. Yo, my husband was telling me this a few weeks ago. Hold on, I'll come back to this. Let's see what Naomi says.
She calls out Jade Cargill. Oh, she found out.
Oh, so Jade's back again.
What a big boot by Jade.
Yeah, that was a good boot to the face to Naomi. Man, I hate these security guards. They be ruining all the fun constantly. Take them out, Jade. Take them. That guy looked scared. He was like, oh no, Jade's coming for me. Oh, yes, good. I'm glad she got rid of them. I'm sick and tired of the security guards always coming in and ruining the good moments.
All right, ladies. I have had just about
Oh, I think he's about to make it Mania official.
I can see that there is really only one solution. And that solution is this. Naomi will go one-on-one with Jade Cargill.
At WrestleMania.
Woo!
Oh, look at her smile. Look at her smile. Got the look. Like, I love it. So good.
Jade Cargill and Naomi head to head.
From proceed with caution to step into the storm. We'll see them in Vegas.
This will be fun.
Drew McIntyre, the victim.
The
no
victim?
holes in your logic, right? WrestleMania 40. You had your moment. But your weird obsession took you to CM Punk. And he ended up clowning your ass. I did my job as Senor Money in the Bank. I cashed in and became world champion at WrestleMania. You screwed yourself, but I'm the villain, right? Clash at the Castle should have been about us. But this weird obsession you couldn't let go of, it followed you. I did my job and remained world heavyweight champion. You screwed yourself, but I'm the villain, right? Money in the Bank. You should have been focused on the moment. You tried to cash in, but your baggage once again followed you. I remain champion. You screwed yourself, but I'm the villain, right? Rumble, Chamber, I eliminated you from both, plain and simple. Then you attacked me like a coward and you cost me my shot at main eventing WrestleMania. You know what you are, Drew? You're a hypocrite. You make excuses, you bitch and complain, and you point your finger at everybody else other than yourself. I know what you are, Drew. You're a junkie. You get off on this high from telling stupid-ass jokes every week for a cheap-ass pop, and you play the victim every damn week. You don't have to paint me as the villain of your story anymore. I am your villain. The time to pray is now, Drew. No looking for me in the shadows. Look for me in the middle of the ring next week, face to face, eye to eye, because I want you to stop playing the victim and become my victim at WrestleMania.
Great promo. Great promo from Priest there. I really like that.
Fired up.
Oh, look, there's KO.
From that
Oh, man, he looks a little sad. Please don't tell me they're going to say the match is off. Oh, no, he's sad, and he's walking with, like, the, you know, his chin down. Oh, no. Why do I get the feeling that they are going to call it off? Dang, I really, really hope not. Really, really, really hope not. All right, 1 second. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Let's see what everyone's saying on the chat. All right, we got the dead man, RWT Paul Morales, who sends in a super chat. Thank you so much, Paul, who says, this time last year, you and I discussed how Roman felt like an afterthought as Cody and Rock were on camera every week. This year, it feels like WrestleMania doesn't have that same hype. Still excited to watch. Yeah, I think we kind of took for granted how much hype there was for last year's WrestleMania. I don't think that we really realized the magnitude of which everything that went down. I really, really don't think so. And going into this year's WrestleMania, like there's still that hype. And I think a lot of that hype really, of course, it depends on like what story you're most interested in. But I really do think that hype rises every single time we see like John Cena and Cody Rhodes interact, because that's just a big story that they're telling. And that one really does have that WrestleMania feel. I also feel the WrestleMania energy when we are doing Roman, Seth, and Punk. That's when I also really feel the WrestleMania energy. So, yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty, I think I'll be maybe a little bit more excited once we get a little closer, but I get excited as things happen, you know? So, Paul, again, I think we took for granted a little bit just how crazy last year's WrestleMania build was. But thank you so much, Paul, for the love and for the super chat. And let's see what else we got. We got A-Train here who says, hey, Denise, it's Adrian from the YouTube chat. Just downloaded Twitch. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in over on the Twitch side of things. I appreciate that. Chris Robinson says, Denise, don't fall for KO's face. Out of context, this is kind of hilarious. Out of context. Stuart Bridgman says it feels like KO is setting everyone up. I hope he is. God, I hope he is. Tracy says, I'm going to cry if KO is out. Yo, I know. I feel so bad, but hey, it is what it is, right? Let's see. Nick the Creator says, I feel like his body language might be a misdirection. KO does that stuff. All right. All right. You know what? You guys are getting my hopes back up. So my hopes are no longer down in the dumps. Ben Rankin says Orton versus Owens is my main event. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about too. I feel like everyone kind of has like a different match they're like really looking forward to. For me, it's the triple threat between Roman, Seth, and Punk. Like I'm really looking forward to the outcome of that match. I feel like that's my main event. And I think everyone's going to have a little bit of a different main event again, according to the story that you're most interested in. All right, we also got the Dead Man RWT, Paul Morales, who says, you're invited to come watch WrestleMania with us, pizza and wings. Oh, you're so nice, Paul. The only thing is I have to work, so regardless, I will be doing a watch-along. No matter where I am, I will be doing my watch-along either from the hotel or from here, which, again, I am slated to be back in Los Angeles, like, by, what was it, 3 o'clock? I think by 3 o'clock, I'm slated to be back here. Thank you so much, Paul. Pizza and wings. Ooh, yeah.
Energy changed.
We also got Mr. here who says, KO promo, last man standing, Punk's favor, don't think SmackDown is feeding a snag this week. Yeah, it was only a little bit like dull during like the tag team match. That was it. Everything else is fine. Thank you, Mr.
Being there and doing it all in Triple H.
Eduardo here says, I'm always excited to see Cena. He's a big freaking star. So like, for sure, that excitement's going to be there.
Every gift that a man can be given.
Triple H wanted me to be.
My God, I remember I used to not like Triple H's hair when it looked like that. Like when it looked like dry, and I don't know why. I was never a fan of Triple H's hair during that time.
Triple H is an alpha and he's a leader, so he's definitely.
What's up to WC Zone? Thank you so much for tuning into the chat.
Money,
the stream,
cars, success.
You don't have what it takes, then evolution will leave you behind.
Hands down.
Adrian says the straightened hair, Triple H. Yeah, for reals. I wasn't like too in love with that.
It's 2 weeks from tonight, and nobody is more deserving as Triple H goes into the WWE Hall of Fame. And folks, listen, if you're going to SmackDown that night, that ends at 8 p.m. local in Vegas. You got a 2-hour gap to get down the street to Fontainebleau and get to the Hall of Fame ceremony. So you can take in 2 events in one night, and you can get your tickets now. You see Ticketmaster listed there, the Hall of Fame 2 weeks from tonight. Let's go to Nick Aldis, the general manager in the ring.
All right, here we go.
Well, folks, this is.
Are they trying to swerve us?
That, frankly, is not very fun.
Feels like they might be trying to swerve us. You guys are probably right. It feels like a lot of hoopla.
There's a fine line between coming back next week, like everything's fine, and finding out that potentially you may never set foot in this ring again.
Oh.
It's a cliche, but there's a reason that we say don't try this at home. I don't want to say much more because I'd rather you hear it from the man himself. But ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Kevin Owens.
They're really milking this. Dang, please let it be a swerve.
Well, after that ominous warning from GM Nick Aldis, KO looking bitter and dejected, but that has been his demeanor of late. It's very hard to get a read on KO at the best of times.
All right, here we go. Let's see what happens.
I've been doing this for 25 years, and I think I can say confidently that for those 25 years, I really gave everything I had every time I stepped foot in this ring.
Facts.
And in those 25 years, because of this industry, I've gotten to live incredible things and experience things I'll never forget. I've had the chance to take care of my family in a way that I could have only dreamed of. But there's a price to pay for that amazing opportunity, and that's the toll it takes on our bodies. Every single guy and girl back there has paid that price at different times, and now it seems like it's my turn.
Oh no.
Because,
oh no.
The reality is, for the last 4 months or so, I've been dealing with a pretty serious neck injury. And
Fudge, what?
We didn't know what it was. We didn't really know how serious it was. Thankfully, this week, we managed to figure it out, and now I have to go get neck surgery.
No.
So that's what I'm going to do.
I was hoping this was a swerve.
And the timing couldn't be worse, because let me tell you, not getting to be in the ring with Randy Orton at WrestleMania really sucks. And I'm really thankful for WWE for allowing me to come out here in front of you guys and telling you all that, because the truth is, I don't know when I'll have the privilege to be in front of you guys again.
Dude, I can't believe it.
The last few years, I've learned not to take anything for granted, and I will never take this for granted.
Oh my God.
For now, I want to say thank you, and I'm sorry, guys. Thank you.
Oh my God, this sucks. I'm like, please let it be like a swerve or an April Fool's joke or April Fool's joke or something, you know?
Wow.
Anything. Okay, there's Randy. Please let it be a swerve, guys. Come on, let it be a swerve.
Well, this is a man who threatened
to
kick KO all the way back to Montreal. And I don't know if sympathy is an emotion that Randy Orton is capable of feeling.
Once the closest of
If
friends,
KO just like starts attacking
KO
Randy, then we're good. We're in the clear. But if not, then I don't know. I don't know, guys. Tell us it's a swerve. Tell us we're getting worked. Please.
That explosive return to the ring we saw in Toronto at Elimination Chamber. The heated exchanges, and now the news that Kevin Owens just delivered here in Chicago. that they'll be unable to meet in the ring. At
Oh,
no.
that was it. I mean, he's leaving, so wait.
Despite the fact that
Wait, did that fan say something? All right, what? What's happening? He seems to be telling that fan something.
Said, I gave everything for 25 years, but I have a severe.
I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad
surgery
thing.
is needed.
Couldn't tell from here.
KO says he doesn't know when he'll be back again.
Ah, shit. Now, I'm guessing maybe just like a fan called him, got KO's attention, and KO went and talked to him.
Randy,
And then they just like put the camera to Randy, so
tell you this, and there's no
see
easy
what
way
Randy's
to
gonna
say
say.
it, but I'm afraid that means that you no longer have a match for WrestleMania.
Okay, someone's gonna come out now. Like someone's gonna come out now. Oh wait, Nick Aldis? What?
Those
voices what? Is it gonna be Nick Aldis?
General manager.
Is Nick Aldis gonna end up wrestling Randy? What is happening?
The Piper of old, reacting to the news.
What a devastating blow, of course, for KO, but indeed, too, for Randy Orton, who at this point in his career does not want to miss a single
I don't know what to think, guys. Eduardo says Randy's gonna get suspended. Well, either they're gonna do a suspension thing where he's like, you get no match because you were suspended, or he gets fined, or he does end up wrestling Nick Aldis. I don't know what the outcome is, guys. Nick Blue says KO ain't fooling me. Nick the Creator says, what are they cooking? I don't know. I like legitimately don't know what's happening. Shit's hit the fan. Oh wait, that's right. Remember Triple H had said like in one of these interviews somewhere, he'd said like, oh yeah, what do you call it? What did he say? Like there was gonna be like a bunch of like twists and turns and all of that. Those were two things that he mentioned. So I don't know if this is like all part of that or not. I mean, it's very, very hard to tell right now what exactly is going on with this story. I don't know. I mean, I was thinking like if it was going to be a swerve, I feel like the swerve would have already happened. The fact that it like didn't happen makes me feel like it's not a swerve, only because again, I feel like by now it would have happened, you know? So now I'm wondering what happens there. Sheldon Jackson says, don't forget Randy already paid the fine for RKOing Aldis. So he gave him a check for $100,000. Dude, oh my God, when was that again? I feel like that was a while back, wasn't it? Wasn't that a while back? Mr. says this WrestleMania feels like 2000 when they only had a few matches had a direction. No, several matches that feel like they have a story and a direction. It's just that this one here is, really up until the air. Melissa Cabello predicts he's suspended until May. This is wild. Ben Fossey says 2 weeks away, it has to be something good. I know. I really just don't know anymore what is happening. Let's see. Night Dish says KO is definitely out. There's no reason for him to go so off character. Look, I believe Kevin Owens when he says he's going to get surgery. I believe Kevin Owens in the promo that he just cut. I truly, truly do. But then again, I'm easy to be worked. So I'm gullible. I'm out here knowing I'm out here being fooled. But no, I legit do feel like he is out, So we'll see. But we'll see. Hey, the Kellen Dean says, just started a wrestling content channel this week. Been following you and Santi for a while now. Any advice for a newbie? just be you, just be yourself, honestly, and learn as much as you possibly can about the world of YouTube. If you really want to make it in something, in anything, right? Like whether you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, what do you got to do, right? You got to study. You got to study the game, right? So that you could be really good at any job that you do. The same thing goes for YouTube. So my best advice is do not give up. First of all, do not feel discouraged, because the beginning you will feel discouraged. Know that that is normal. Do not feel discouraged. Learn about the game and be yourself. I would say that those are the first rules of thumbs. And as you get deeper into the game, then obviously the advice will change. But since you're a beginner, that's honestly the first pieces of advice that I would give. Good luck, by the way, to the Calendine. Let's see what else we got here. We got Yusef. What's up, Yusef? Good to see you in here. Says maybe Randy Orton versus Aleister Black. I was thinking that, kind of like you're right, where it's one of those things, Cody versus Seth. But Cody just had way more, how do I say this? There was more buzz for Cody coming in, I think, than Aleister Black. Like Cody, you didn't even have to, say his name, right? Like you didn't even have to say his name. And we were excited to see him. So that's kind of how I feel about that. And let's see. Tracy's like, told you I would cry. Oh no, Tracy. I'm so sorry. Sheldon Jackson says when he first came back, Nick fined him $50,000, but Randy gave him $100,000 for the next time he did it. Yeah, you know what? The part where you said the next time he did it, that's the part I do remember. Thank you, Sheldon. Sheldon's just my memory bank at this point. Shout out to Matthew Lee here, who predicts Randy versus Sammy. Okay. We got J00 says Randall versus Aldis at WrestleMania. Let's go. That's the vibe I'm getting. Like, that was my first assumption was, oh, it's going to be Nick Aldis. Like, that's the match that he's going to end up having. That was legitimately my assumption. Fernando Perez says Randy versus Aldis. Yep, that's what I think too. So 2. Let's see. We got Leopold right here who says, I'm going to miss KO. Let's see. Jay Grouse says the fact that he had that neck injury during Sammy and Cody matches and still had those performances. Some of the craziest spots. Like, let's not forget that nasty ladder spot that he had in the, God, I think he had nasty spots in both matches. I was about to say in the Cody match, but then I'm like, wait, no, there was some nasty spots in the Sammy one too. In both of those matches. Those were really, really like brutal matches there. We got Jared Palmer who says Cody, Cena, Orton. Definitely not, Jared. Can you imagine? Let's throw them in there. We're going to have 2 triple threat WrestleMania main events. That would be wild. But no, definitely not. Definitely not. Thank you, Jared, for asking, by the way. Dan Leckby Jr. says that seriously sucks about KO. Yeah, I agree. This has been a really newsworthy episode of SmackDown, by the way. We got Mr. here who says, wonder if they could get Batista to do one more match at WrestleMania. Batista's obviously a little older now, so I'm going to assume no, especially you got to be like in-ring ready, like all of that. He's got, a whole different life now in Hollywood, and he's just doing a totally different life. So I'm going to say no, mister. I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. But I would love to see Batista in the ring. Like, I wish we could still see Batista in the ring, but of course, Father Time gets all of our favorites, and that's just the way life works. Mister, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me catch up with some more comments here and see what everybody did. Infamous DJ says, what about Rusev? He did resign recently. Sure, but also Rusev and Malachi Black don't have the same kind of hype that Cody did. Like, you would have to, like, they don't have that same kind of hype. All right, let's see what else we got. Nightwish says the shit this guy does, surprised he doesn't get hurt. Sometimes it does feel like, people are invincible, but they're not. And sometimes it makes us feel like people are invincible because we've gotten so used to seeing people do some of the craziest things in pro wrestling. But of course they're professionals, but at the end of the day, like, they're still putting their bodies on the line. Whew. All right, let's see. Spen Big says, nah, Batista is good, I think. I don't know, man. All right, let's see. We're back on SmackDown.
Awesome for WWE. 21st time that SmackDown has been here. 3 WrestleManias. And this tonight is the highest grossing non-PLE event ever in the All-State Arena.
This Hungry for Mania moment is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WrestleMania.
Look at this.
All right, sorry guys, I'm multitasking at the minute. I'm using the commercial breaks to multitask. And I was also on the wrong screen to top it all off.
Unbelievable pandemonium here in the garden. The greatest wrestling extravaganza of the century.
I love all these WrestleMania flashbacks, by the way. What the hell? I'm not live? What?
The following is a live.
Hold on, guys. My stream is not live. Hold on, let me. Oh, I'm gonna have to rewind now. What the F? I wasn't live. What? When did this happen? I thought I was live this whole time. Oh my god. All right, there you go. Now I'm live.
A better way to get it started.
Well, I'm kind of live. I'm like 20 seconds behind now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna catch up in the next commercial break. I don't know what happened. I just felt like my stream just wasn't live. So, anyways, according to Netflix, I was not live, so I'm like 10 seconds behind. Like Braun just chopped Jake and Fatu. I don't know what happened there. That was weird.
Neither man can afford to lose this match.
You can already see Fatu favoring that leg from the early impact of Strowman as Fatu now with the big super kick and looks to generate some offense as he does. Now, what's interesting, Wade, is that Braun Strowman has never lost a last man standing match, and he's been in with some of the best. Kane, Roman Reigns, he's been in with some of the best. We saw him this fall doing it.
Yeah, if there's ever been someone who has a match they have made their own, it's Braun Strowman and last man standing matches. I love Jacob Fatu. You rarely see him come close to losing a match, but I almost can't see how he wins this one.
He went for the.
I don't know. I'm wondering if they're gonna make, by the way, Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa for WrestleMania, because I had said like, oh, it's either gonna be Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman at WrestleMania, or Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa. And given the fact that they're doing Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu now in this last man standing match, it makes me feel like they're gonna do Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu for WrestleMania. I don't know. That's like my only assumption.
Reaches a count of 10.
Oh.
I was about to say they're definitely giving this a lot of time, but I forgot that they still got CM Punk's segment still. There seems to be like another segment with Roman, Seth, and Punk coming up to close the show too. So I was gonna say they have a lot of time, but they really don't. I'm gonna assume maybe this takes like a little, maybe like 20 minutes or so, because it's a last man standing match, you know. Usually those require a little bit more time, right? So that's the only reason I'm assuming that.
Braun Strowman, clearly the absolute master historically at this kind of match. Looked like he was fading early, and it was going to be a world record victory for Jacob Fatu.
By the way, we got a super chat here from Sheldon Jackson, who says, oh, wait. Oh, I read this already. Sheldon, I'm so sorry. Did I read this already? Because remember Randy Page? Yeah, I read this, but I think I read it in your regular comment and not your super chat. Sheldon, I'm so sorry. Anyways, I'll reread it though. He says, remember Randy paid the fine for RKOing Aldis on December 8th, 2023. Nick fined him $50,000, but Randy paid $100,000 for the next time he did it. This is what I mean, guys. Sheldon remembers everything. Sheldon is a great resource. Thank you, Sheldon, for the super chat and for also the reminder. So then maybe that doesn't mean, so then maybe we won't actually get, so then maybe that means we won't actually get, let me go live now since,
across the top of the back.
Okay, now I'm live, everybody. So there's a minute and 19 seconds left on this commercial break, and then we're going to get right into it.
Throws it around like it's nothing. It normally takes 3 men to maneuver that cowl into place on our desk.
Every time the crew comes out to set it up, there are 3 guys who put that together. Big uppercut from Strowman.
And Strowman's arms are as big as my leg, and I'm not exactly a small guy myself. Just imagine the impact on that European.
I'm not a small guy myself.
Fatu able to counter and throw Strowman right over the top of those steel steps.
Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, I'm multitasking at the moment. I'm using the commercial break to multitask. I'm like, I know they're gonna do all the cool spots once the commercial is over.
Super kick.
Louis Zay's like prime bottles everywhere. Yeah, they're everywhere all the damn time. I was hoping that last time I was saying that I would kind of wanted Logan Paul to get put right in through one of those prime bottles. I feel like that's a spot incoming, like waiting for us to happen. Like I want to see it. So hopefully it does happen.
It's a wild night here in Chicago in front of a sellout crowd, over 16,000 at the All-State Arena, just 15 days away from WrestleMania 41.
Hey, Melissa Cabello says, Denise, are you live streaming Dynasty? Yes, I will be here on Sunday to live stream Dynasty. So tomorrow I don't have a stream. Tomorrow I do have a video going up early in the morning. The Ultimate WrestleMania 41 Guide. That goes up tomorrow. And then no live stream tomorrow, but I will be
remember the rules of
live for Dynasty. I'll be doing the watch along and the review. Reg is on vacation, so it'll just be me. So I'll be relying very heavily on the chat since I won't have Reg with me. He's in vacation mode at the moment.
Tables are welcome. Well, we got up to a count of 9 there. Jacob Fatu is almost done.
Tomorrow's a very busy day too, man. It's gonna be kind of crazy.
What else have you got in the Arsenal, Braun? You feel like
I got a what do you call it? I got busted open in the morning. Then I have my facial appointment. Don't be a sicko. Facial appointment, and then I have the MLW Media Day, and then I'm going to MLW. They're running their first show in LA, so I'll be there for that. And then that's it. So it's kind of a busy day, I would say. So I'll be doing that.
US title match against LA Knight.
Infamous DJ once says, vacation, all I ever wanted. Vacation, we got Mr. here who says, instead of KO announcing the neck injury, they should have wrote him out by getting punted. Well, they probably didn't want to risk that, though, Mr. Beautiful dive, by the way, from Fatu. They probably didn't want to risk, KO getting hurt or anything like that. So I think at this point, they were like, no, no physical activity whatsoever. Thank you so much, Mr. for the super chat.
And remember, gotta beat the count of 10. It's last man standing to get a title match at WrestleMania.
No one knows that better than Braun Strowman, the absolute master at this kind of match. But he may be beaten in his own game here.
Braun Strowman's never lost a last man standing match. Fatu runs him right into the post.
Yeah, he's never had an opponent like Jacob Fatu, however. That is the caveat to that claim.
Strowman draped over the barrier. Fatu's running full charge.
Ooh, chair right to the face. Right to the face. But we know that Samoans got, they got a strong head. So Jacob Fatu should have gone back up and no sold it. Been like, I'm alive, motherfucker. I'm still here, motherfucker. Oh no, he's going for more. He's going for more. He's going for more. That was actually pretty cool. He ran pretty fast. The visual of that was pretty cool because he was going at a pretty good speed.
Men might get to 10 here. What an impact!
He went full speed.
Yeah, he really did go full speed, though.
Momentum.
Really did go full speed.
How can you possibly have your faculties or physical control after that car crash?
Oh, and at 9, both men to their feet. This is outrageous. Last man standing.
Hey, what's up? Shout out to Mark Firefly Forever. Thank you so much for hopping into the stream. What's up? Red Jonathan says, holy-ish. Yeah, it was fun. All right, we're back in a commercial break. They're down right now. Brent Hawkins says, oh, Denise, your poor husband. My AI husband is down, guys. He's down. This is not good.
And again,
Not
A
good.
count of 8 is reached.
Thank you, Mark. Says, hi, Miss. Happy to
And
see
both
you. No,
men
thank you for hopping on, man. I know
avoiding the
that
worst
a
case
couple of people
scenario.
are returning ever
right
since,
now,
you know, we're not
Joe
on the international time
Anybody
zones
else
anymore.
on the
We're back
roster
to our normal
that's
time
taken
slot.
that kind of
And
impact?
honestly, tonight's SmackDown has
Anyone other
been,
than Strowman
I'm going to
or
say,
Jacob Fatu,
maybe the best
match
3
would be
hours
over.
SmackDown that
These
they've
two
had.
just
You guys
built
agree or disagree
differently
with that
to
statement?
any other
Because I
human
can't
being
think of
on
another
earth.
SmackDown that was so far better than
The
today.
resilience
Like
of
today's
Fatu.
SmackDown
The
actually
size,
delivered.
power,
And we still
strength
have this match that we're
of
enjoying at the
Strowman.
moment. And we still got the, you know, main event segment with Roman, Seth, and Punk. So I'm really feeling good about this segment so far. I mean, I'm feeling good about the show is what I mean.
Simply invigorated by
I think
acts
Sven
of
Big agrees.
extreme
Eduardo says,
violence
really good show tonight. Tanisha Hicks says, yeah, I agree. Jonathan says, 3 hours flew by. Infamous Vendor Locals in the house says, just wanted to say love gamer. Denise, keep it up. I'm pretty soon going to be giving my sister back her PlayStation, so I don't know how many more streams I'm going to be doing, you know? But thank you so much, though. We got 37 Rays, who's also here, says happy Friday, y'all. Tanisha Hicks says, I haven't felt these 3 hours. No. Dude, I didn't feel like the second hour of the show, like, flew by. Flew by. Flew by. Infamous DJ1 also says the same thing, that it flew by. And Dan agrees with me as well. Yeah, like legit. The last time I looked at the clock was at 5:50 when I was telling you guys about the first 50 minutes. And then the second time I looked at the clock was right now. So it's been an hour and at least 30 minutes since I looked at the clock, which is great, by the way. Thank you so much, ISO10, for the nice comment. I appreciate that. I'm not having a good hair day today, so
earlier in the match,
what do you call it? Not having a good hair day today. And usually you can tell when I'm not having a good hair day if I just throw it up in a ponytail. If you see this look, just know I'm not feeling myself today.
Both men are going to use it.
Now Fatu's looking for an exit. He's trying to buy some time, escape the steel chair attack. And Strowman saying, you know what? I'll go right up into the fans.
Oh, they're fighting in the crowd now. So when we come back from commercial break, they're going to be in the crowd. In case you guys are not getting picture in picture.
The wingspan that's only extended further with that steel chair in hand.
Oh, right to the gut, right to the back.
Now he's just getting him with a bunch of chairs. All right, we're coming back.
It has been better than advertised. Last man standing to earn a championship match against LA Knight at WrestleMania. Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman's been in complete control the last 3 or 4 minutes, attacking Fatu with steel chairs, and now he's got him up on top of the crate. He is up high atop the crate.
No, do not kill my husband.
Lower ball. Strowman may be unbeatable in this kind of matchup.
No. Suplex from there.
Oh no.
Can you believe what
my AI husband is dead?
They can't.
Oh no.
Remember, they must beat the count of 10. It's last man standing rules.
Looks like it took as much out of Braun Strowman as it did Jacob Fatu, and the count is getting high.
They've got to get up here.
We got Sven Big says, just got Rey Fenix mask and merch email. Oh, nice. Hell yeah, Sven. Great to see. I think I saw a picture of the merch a little earlier. So yeah.
From extreme height through our set.
I like how they had all of those random like red cups there. There was a lot of thirsty production people. Damn, they really got every angle of that. Oh, Braun's bleeding a little bit too.
staying down for the count.
We got a super chat from the lovely Tracy who says, I'm gutted about KO because I don't think it's a swerve. If he doesn't return, that means his last match was with Sammy, was in Canada. Prayers to KO. You're right about that, Tracy, by the way. You really are right about that. And what a, oh my God, if that was his last match, that would just kind of be insane. You know what I mean? Like, poetic, but not like in a happy way, like poetic in a tragic way. But I'm hoping not. I'm really hoping not. But again, if it's legit, of course, and it's a neck surgery, you guys know how that, goes. Like, you don't want to risk somebody coming back. Like, your neck surgery is one of the most. Oh, damn! Fatu just ran Braun Strowman into that table. But as I was saying, though, no, when it comes to neck surgery, like, that is, it's not a finger, it's not a broken finger, it's just so much more serious. So, we just don't know. But hoping for one of those best case scenarios, and hopefully we find out some more information about the severity of it. But then again, it's a neck surgery, so the severity is already pretty high. Tracy, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, it's over. God, I'm so dumb. I forgot that it was the last man standing. Literally forgot in the last second. They're counting and I'm still forgetting. Congratulations to my AI husband. I'll make him some steak tonight in honor of the celebration. In honor of the celebration, we'll get some steak for the AI husband.
Has done the unthinkable of beating Braun Strowman with that move.
Sven Big says, yeah, he got bad kids. He's got to get that WrestleMania match, bro. He's got to get that WrestleMania paycheck. He's got 7 kids. Get this man on the WrestleMania card. He's got bills to pay. He's got children to feed.
Jacob Fatu is heading to WrestleMania to challenge the United States champion.
I forgot that this was for the United States #1 contendership.
That was just too good.
I completely forgot about that. Wow. You would think I would remember that, right? Wow. Okay, never mind. So that goes my theory about Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania out the window. Out the window.
WrestleMania After Dark is the official WrestleMania after parties taking place each night, Thursday, April 17th to Sunday, April 20th at Live and Live Beach at Fontainebleau, Vegas. That's the official.
I've never been to the Fontainebleau, Vegas. I think it's new too, so I'm not too familiar with it.
AfterDark.com. Do not miss that.
All right, we are on a commercial break. Let me catch up with what everyone is saying. By the way, friendly reminder, Nick the Creator says condolences to LA Knight. Fatu is totally leaving as US champ. 1,000 freaking %, yo. 1,000 freaking %. Infamous Raider Loco says in my Heath Slater voice, I got kids. You got to do the I got 7 kids, though. 7 kids. 7 kids, and he's literally my age, guys. Me and Jacob Fatu are I'm pretty sure we're the exact same age. Hold on, let me double check. Jacob Fatu age. Oh my God. Guys, what the fuck? This is wild. Guys, Jacob Fatu. Hold on, get this. Hold on. Oh no, what did I do? Okay. Jacob Fatu was born. Oh my God. Sorry. Look, okay. Jacob Fatu, my AI husband, okay, was born April 18th, 1992. April 18, 1992. He's 32 years old. I shit you not when I tell you that my birthday is May 18th, 1992. Like literally, shit you not. Oh my God. That's so funny. Like, who would have thought? Who would have seriously thought? Like, that's so funny. So yeah, literally when I tell you me and Jacob Fatu are the exact same age, he's 1 month older than me, exactly 1 month older, and has 7 kids. Like, put that into perspective. Put it into perspective. Oh, man, that's wild. Jonathan says it's meant to be. Super Pro says no way. Julius says the stars have aligned. That is insane. Terrence Sullivan sends laughing crying emojis. Ash Nicole says, wow. Hey, Joshua Bones, good to see you. Ken Lush says, Denise, we're birthday twins. Wait, are you also born on May 18? Dude, May 18 is such a popular birthday date. My 5th grade boyfriend was born on May 18. My grandpa, born on May 18. My husband's sister, May 18. Me, May 18. Ken Lush, May 18. Literally, everybody shares my birthday. That's wild. Oh, my God. Brent Hawkins says, really, Denise, your birthday's May 18th because that's Rusev Day. Kyle Southward says, my birthday's May 18, 1991. No way, bro. Are you serious or are you joshing me? That's wild. Oh, my God. I'm dying right now, like internally. Let's see what else we got here. Matt Logan says the Samoans, once they like to pump out those babies. That's what I tell you. Like, the Bloodline storyline is never going to end. We're back on SmackDown. Jeremiah shows up for one. Infamous DJ's birthday is May 31st. Nice. And Les says, yes, same day and year, Taurus. Love it.
For the championship.
Got the bullhorn. Love it.
With that kneeling lung blower and coming up the victory.
Dylan Johnson says, be glad it's not May 19th. My little cousin's birthday is May 19th. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I actually thought my little baby cousin was going to be born on my birthday because her mom was in the hospital that day. And I'm like, oh my God, another person's gonna be born on my birthday. And then no, she ended up being born the following day. So like, respect. I was like, good. Enough people have stolen my day. The crazy thing is my husband's sister was born May 18, and his dad told me that he was almost going to name my husband's sister Denise. He didn't name her that, but that was the name that his parents considered for his sister. So that's like so wild. So wild. Julia Sierra says, you're 1 month older than me as I was born June 18th. Could our stars align too? Definitely. 37 Ray says, Taurus gang. Evan Princess Taurus has been incoming. Yeah, for sure. Eduardo Lorenzo says, Blue Meaning May 18th. Yeah, I knew that one too. I did know that actually. Kyle says, I used to work with 2 other people who were born on May 18th as well, and one of them was the same day as me. What? My God. Telling you, it's a very popular day for kids to be born. I don't know why.
Is someone mediocre wearing something meaningful nowadays?
All right.
To trick these people. I have worked too damn hard to make that a symbol of mastery, to have it paraded around by a paint-by-numbers, sociopathic Nepo baby who is so into himself he had his wrestling gimmick tattooed for the world to see. It's not where your tattoo's at, Cody. It's what your tattoo is that exposes you to the world for who you are, a common fan like them. So
common fan. That's such a shot. So mean.
Is taking that home forever and exposing you for who you are. An errand boy that got lucky.
Maybe
Justin Fowler says, hey, Denise, this is the new SmackDown ring announcer. Is it the guy today? They got a new guy. I think he was on last week. If I remember correctly, he was on last week too. I don't remember his name though. Mike? Mark? Matt?
Can you say the same?
Something with an M, I think.
Or was it one guy in an office?
I remember something with an M. Sorry.
And we don't talk about it.
Mark, Mike, watch, it's gonna be like Don or something.
I'm Cody Rhodes.
Oh, it's Mark Nash. Like see, I knew it. Thank you, Don. I was like, Mike, Mark, Matt.
It's you,
something with an M. Mark Nash. There you go. That's his name.
Created, pal. You created a lot of disenfranchised
And Nick the Creator says he was from the same boxing promotion as
and
Joe.
go elsewhere and say, hey, look at me. Don't act like you cleaned up your room before you left and went to Hollywood, John. Don't act like you left WWE better than you found it. And while we're at it, which one of us sold out to The Rock? John, you're still my hero. But you're also a piece of shit.
Mike sends tennies. Doesn't Mikey whose birthday's 420? Mikey?
Wipe my ass.
That's funny.
I make empires for billionaires. All you've ever done is steal money from their kids.
The people's reaction.
See you at
Oh,
And all the time
It's so
that
funny.
I have been here and everything I've been through. Never
by the way,
once
oh, we got a
have
super chat
they
here from Crew
chanted
Kid
at
52.
me,
Thank you so much to Crew
"You
Kid, who says, I thought of the off-script moments in the Charlotte Tiffy promo were in poor taste, apparently WWE too, because they were deleted from the YouTube upload. Wait, were they really? Oh my god. Crew Kid 52, what? So how did this YouTube upload end then? Like, where do they end the
That was the lowdown from London, and it's hard to believe
maybe
that
they
next
did it
week's
just
SmackDown
today.
is the
Maybe they
final
did it
one
on
before they land
purpose
in
to
Vegas
like
for WrestleMania
get
41.
people to
Tickets
react,
are
you know?
still available
Maybe,
for
maybe
SmackDown
not.
in
I don't
Seattle
know.
next
Thank you,
week.
Crew
It'll
Kid 52
include
for the
Cody
fun fact.
Rhodes'
Did not know that.
return to SmackDown after Chris crossing and chasing
Ash Nicole says my
John
birthday's the
Cena
day
every
after yours,
turn in
Denise.
Europe.
Yes, fellow
Not only
Taurus.
Liv and Raquel, the WWE
What's up to Mikey
Women's Tag Team,
Romero?
They need a WrestleMania challenger. We'll find out who.
Okay, here's the gauntlet match, guys. Katie Katana, Lyra, and Bailey are teaming up together. I didn't finish the entire thing.
Was just awesome. Rey
Rey Fenix versus Humberto next Friday.
And Priest and McIntyre, a heated rivalry, 12 months in the making.
Mister, thank you so much for the super chat. Says first time joining a stream. It's been fun. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone. Mister, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to click on here and join the stream. That was very cool of you. But secondly, thank you for the super chats and the supports that you sent in. That was very, very kind of you. So thank you so much and have a nice night, Mister.
Excuse me, Paul. Sorry to.
All right, Paul's still out there in the parking lot.
Can you
Poor
update
guy.
us on when exactly Roman Reigns is going to arrive?
Baron in the mud.
Thank you, Paul.
All right, we are going to a commercial break, everyone. In the meantime, though, let's see what everyone is saying in here. In the meantime, let's see what the comments sections is. Spen Big says WWE sanitizing that promo. Hey, look, I mean, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't think that it wasn't not planned, you know? I can't imagine that Tiffany Stratton would just say that to Charlotte Flair without I can't imagine that would I can't imagine that Tiffany Stratton would just do that like out of the blue. I'm sorry, I just can't. I don't see Tiffany Stratton like that. I see her more as like a rule follower, you know? Unless it was a situation where they told her, hey, you can say this, and maybe they didn't tell Charlotte. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. I'm just sitting here stirring the pot, wondering what could have been said or done or what. But again, I really just think that all of that was planned. But it also kind of made me feel like it wasn't, just because of Charlotte's response. Charlotte's response is the thing that has me wondering whether or not how much of this was actually planned. That's the part where I'm kind of struggling a little bit. Ben Big says it was good either way. Got a reaction out of me, that's for sure. Definitely got a reaction out of me. Sage on PH4 says Bailey back on SmackDown. Yep, that is true for the match. Is it a gauntlet? Did they say it was a gauntlet or a tournament? I forgot. Let's see. Terrence Matthews says I think Bailey is winning. I can totally see Roxanne getting back involved. Yeah, I really wanted that. Like, I really want to see Bayley defeat Lyra for the Intercontinental Championship. I had pointed out a whole scenario about this of how I thought this could play out. With it's really just Bayley winning and Roxanne confronting her after. Not after. Y'all really heard me say after. After. All right. Oh, tag team gauntlet. Thank you. Wait. Hold the phone. They announced a tag team gauntlet with Lyra and Bayley teaming up, but they have a match against each other. Don't they? Don't they have a match against each other on Raw? Or am I fucking crazy? Am I dreaming stuff? No, they do. Lyra and Bayley have a match together on Raw for the Intercontinental title, but then they announced them for the gauntlet teaming up together. What? Everyone's just like, yes, yes. Okay, so then, and I'm saw that right. They're both in the gauntlet, right? Shit. What is the thought process with that? I'm going crazy, guys. I'm going crazy. WrestleMania season has gotten to me. Spenbig says Tiffy yelling at Kaiser, what's your code, bastard? Yo, Ludwig Kaiser right now, like, yo, Charlotte, why'd you gotta do me dirty like that? Why you gotta throw my name in there like that? All right, we're back here, and this finally looks like it's Roman Reigns' car. There he is.
My tribal chief.
Not a word spoken. Remember, CM Punk said he will be ready to reveal the favor.
This is true, though. Louis says they're just throwing teams together because there aren't enough female tag teams, clearly.
Now here at the All-State Arena.
Ludwig says Ludwig catching straight. Yo, if I was Ludwig right now, I'd be like, yo, Charlotte, what the hell? We gotta have a conversation here, Charlotte. I'd be scared if I was Ludwig Kaiser right now. Dude. You be saying I'm in your DM.
That strides with extreme purpose, isn't it?
I was going to say, this is a power walking, apparently pyro-free tribal chief. It's been a long time since we've seen that.
J Ground 9 says they said Ludwig was the Cena kid in catering. You know what's funny? I was thinking that would be a really great meme representation of Ludwig, the little John Cena kid, just like. It's so funny.
Chicago!
Acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me. Wise man. Yes, my tribal chief. Is he here? Yes, my tribal chief.
CM Punk, CM Punk. Poor Seth Rollins, feeling like the stepchild.
Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. Wise man. Yes, my tribal chief. Is he still talking about this favor? Yes, my tribal chief. Oh, Chicago.
Mind you, Paul Heyman already said yes. Let's not forget that he said yes already.
Wise man. Yes, my tribal chief. Should I share a secret with Chicago?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, my tribal chief. CM Punk wouldn't be back here if it wasn't for me.
Let's see what shots Roman Reigns throws now.
CM Punk wouldn't be in the main event of WrestleMania if it wasn't for me.
Okay, that one's fair. You can argue that. You can definitely argue that.
And I get it, you're good people. He's from the same city as me. I have to like him. Yeah. You're good people. You mean well, but you're not that smart. CM Punk's been around forever. He has wrestled everyone under the sun. Hall of Famers, legends, champions. But he's never been in that main event of WrestleMania. No, he hadn't. Not until he was introduced to the Tribal Chief. That's right. You hear him chant for the Tribal Chief in your city? I'm right here in the ring. I say we bring CM Punk out here so we can quit wasting our time, huh? Come on out here and let me hear what this favor is. Come on out here and indulge your Tribal Chief.
I think Steph's going to come out, maybe, instead of Punk. Because he's got to be included in this, too. If he comes out after Punk, the moment's going to be, you know, like, why now, Steph? Like, I think Steph needs to come out first. Give him time. Maybe he's petting Larry. Told you. There you go. There's Steph. Like, yeah, it just felt like if Steph doesn't come out right now, it's going to feel worse if he comes out after CM Punk. At least during the Seth-Roman exchange, you have the anticipation of CM Punk incoming. I like Seth Rollins' gear today. I mean wardrobe, not gear, wardrobe.
The other member of the triple threat match at the grandest.
By the way, this has definitely been the best SmackDown of the 3-hour era. Even, like, legit, this has been the best 3-hour SmackDown that they've done. Like, every segment has mattered. Every segment moves something along. Mostly every segment had some sort of piece of news that came out of it, or something that just carried us through to WrestleMania. This has been the best 3-hour SmackDown of. This has been the best 3-hour SmackDown.
Was karaoke on behalf of the fan base of Seth Rollins.
Oh my gosh. What are Seth Rollins' shoes? Are those flames on his shoes or like checkers? I can't tell if they're flames or checkers or something else. Leo Poroy says this is the most normal Seth that's looked in years. No, he had another outfit, I think, on Raw last Monday or this Monday, where he didn't look too outrageous.
I am a revolutionary. I am Seth. And I wouldn't miss this one for the world. You see, now I don't know, Roman, what this little favor is here, but the reality, I got a feeling, is gonna knock your socks off. And the thing about reality and you, man, they don't seem to jive very well because, well, unlike all of us, you don't like to live in the real world. But every time you step outside of your little universe, reality bites you in the ass. I don't want to do a little history lesson.
Thank you so much, Mikey. Thank you.
A, heist of the century. Example B, the main event of WrestleMania last year.
Julius, you're wilding. Wilding. Are they saying fuck the Bears? I don't know what they're saying.
I'm wondering the same thing y'all are, Chicago. But the reality, Roman, is that you underestimate CM Punk. You think you're above CM Punk.
What's a favor? No wonder I was like, why would they be saying fuck the Bears in Chicago?
I tried that. It doesn't work. Now he is in
Oh
the main
no,
event
I
of
just realized
WrestleMania,
it. If
and
they're
that is
yelling, what's the favor? That
to
means
deal
they're
with.
bored with this Seth Roman portion of it.
Stop this in War Games.
They wouldn't be
You
chanting
didn't.
that if
You
they
could've
weren't
let me
bored.
Stop it in the cage at the Garden. You didn't. And now here we are, and we're waiting on this favor.
Oh my god, this is so embarrassing for Seth. Dang. They don't even care what Steph's saying, guys. But WWE should have known this. They should have known. This was the reaction that I was going to get.
Was last week when we were all celebrating Punk in the main event of Mania. I took a week, I got some perspective, and I realized that reality gives you two options. Either you suffer and you get left behind, or you adapt and you control reality.
I feel bad. I don't know what Steph's talking about.
You're untrustworthy. I could say the word loyalty, but you have no clue what that means. CM Punk stands here because I made a promise to the wise man. And I keep my word. And the reality is,
Now they're chanting Roman Reigns.
I called Punk out here.
Shelf Presence says Punk's favor is the wise man in his corner, maybe. That's honestly the best assumption, to be honest. I don't really know what else it could be, to truth be told. Thank you so much, Shelf Presence, for the super chat, by the way. Thank you.
You call Punk out here. I'm out here to hear from CM Punk. There's only one thing missing.
Yo. Like passing the baton. We're just like, all right, who's next up in the race? Oh. I'm wondering what Punk's going to say today that he hasn't said already. Do you think we're actually going to find out the favor today? I mean, CM Punk made it seem like we were, but it could just be a big old tease. Oh, a portion of the crowd was trying to get a sing-along going, but it didn't take up. I was hoping they did.
What's the favor?
That's what we want to know.
This is about friendship. This is about legacy. This is about promises made and promises kept. This is about loyalty.
He specifically looked at Seth when he said that.
Paul, this goes back to 4400 Shepherdsville Road in Louisville, Kentucky, when on day one I showed up and they
Look at Paul's face.
told you that I don't belong, and they told you to fire me, and you said no. And hell, your wise man is just that. He's wise beyond his years. Paul, you prophesized this on national television on Monday Night Raw. And if everybody else has forgotten about it, that certainly doesn't mean I have.
Look at Paul's face.
And hell, even before that, if I could throw it back to the day you left this company on Big Show's bus, me and you and Show and RVD standing there talking amongst ourselves. And I mistakenly made it about me. I said, Paul, they're gonna fire me. Paul, without you, I'm nothing. Paul, don't leave. And you said, no, you'll be fine. And I said, I'm sorry I made this about me. Do you remember this, Paul? I said, what can I do for you? And in that moment, you looked me in the eye and you said, Punk, when you main event WrestleMania, force them to deal with us.
Us.
Well, they aren't here anymore. So I'm going to force you, my tribal chief. I'm going to force you out of your comfort zone. I'm going to force you to deal with us.
He's going to give him his wise man and make him watch.
Because at WrestleMania, in the main event.
Look at Paul. He knows what's coming.
In my corner. Your wise man.
Yeah, there it is.
My best friend.
Oh.
Paul Heyman.
Yo, Roman. Steph's just enjoying the show in a front row seat. He's got a front row ticket to this drama. Yo, he came through and he helped you out at War Games. Y'all gotta honor this favor. Y'all gotta honor this favor.
That's the favor?
Roman's going to try to use reverse psychology. Look at him. He's reverse psychology-ing CM Punk.
You understand he loves me, right? He needs me. What? I saved him. Even if I let him, he wouldn't. Wise man. Yes, my tribal chief. Let this desperate fool down easy, will you?
Oh, he's not, though. He's not. Paul knows what he has to do. Look at him. Paul knows what he has to do. He's not gonna. Look at him. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. Poor baby's about to burst out in tears. Oh, no. Look at him. Oh, no. Poor Paul. His face. Oh, no.
Are you crying?
Oh, no.
You better wipe him up and tell him no.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I took you in. I made you relevant. Tell him no.
Wow, this is really like being torn between two lovers. This is really what this is feeling like. Paul loves them both. Which one has your heart the most, though, Paul?
I'll give you one more opportunity. Tell him no.
Say yes, Paul. Say yes.
No, my tribal chief, I can't do that.
He said no, but to the other person, to Roman. I'm so sorry. right, Seth Rollins laughing, and this is hilarious. Oh my God.
Oh, Punk attacks him from behind.
You said you loved me. Did you hear
Right hand
Paul
after
say
right
that?
hand.
You said you loved me.
And a GTS to Roman Reigns.
This, to me, was the best segment heading into WrestleMania.
And now,
this whole love affair with Punk, Roman, and Paul, that was the best thing we've seen,
no to Punk.
in my
The favor
opinion.
is cashed. Punk saying the wise man will be in his corner come WrestleMania 41.
Oh no, SmackDown's over.
Friendship,
I wanted to see
Punk
CM
and
Punk
Heyman
like
in
go after
Vegas
Seth,
together.
but that was funny. Look at Bob. Look at Bob. He's heartbroken. He's just yelling, no, no. Oh my God, guys, what? I know what do the young kids say? The young kids, they say cinema. I feel like that's an appropriate term to use right now is cinema. And we got a lot of cinema to talk about right now. But before we get to our podcast, friendly reminder that we do have a SmackDown podcast incoming. Robin Lundberg, my SmackDown co-host, will be joining me. So this is going to be a fun one. We got a lot to dive into. But before we do, though, as always, we got to give some love to our sponsor. Of course, use that promo code Denise, BlueChew.com. Are you having technical difficulties in bed? Are you tired of being counted out, tapping out, or simply jobbing out? Get out of developmental and get drafted to the best sex you ever had with today's podcast sponsor, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets. These erection-enhancing tablets help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer-lasting erections for sexual activities. And Blue Chew is putting its money where its mouth is and offering you a month free. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The best part, it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Remember, hard times breed better men. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Link in the description box below. Alrighty, everyone, let me bring Robin in. Hey, Robin.
What's going on, Denise? How are you?
Dude, we have like an insane show to talk about today. Like this was, well, we'll get into this, but we got a lot to talk about. Let's start this post show, everybody. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Speak Now Pro Wrestling. It's Denise Salcedo. It's April 4th, Friday night. Of course, we're back to our normal time slot. And with me is my co-host, Robin Lundberg. Robin, dang, first of all, how are you?
I'm good. SmackDown did us a favor with the programming this evening.
They definitely did. I'm just going to go out and say that the first thing I want the message out here to be is that this was the best 3-hour SmackDown of the 3-hour SmackDown era. Like by far, Robin, I felt like pretty much every single segment on today's show delivered on in terms of everything moved the story along further heading into WrestleMania. This felt like a WrestleMania worthy edition of SmackDown. And secondly, the closing segment of the night with Roman, Seth, and Punk and Paul was my favorite moment heading into the build-up, during the build-up of WrestleMania, believe it or not. My favorite moment. We got so much to get into, Robin.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head with the emphasis on WrestleMania because it felt like the card came to fruition tonight in a lot of ways. You know, we can go to the main event and really they hit home there. But the card as a whole felt like it took shape. It's like, oh, okay, you got this. Oh, okay, you got this. Oh, okay, you got this. And then at the end, it's like, oh, okay, you got that. And I love the segment last week, actually, building towards this week. They are cooking with grease when it comes to this triple threat match. And, you know, it's hard not to when you've got some of the best performers in the history of the business in a variety of ways. I mean, and you're involving a figure like Paul Heyman, who's such a central character and such a good character on screen. But yeah, that really worked. The storytelling dynamics of it really worked. And Roman Reigns is so damn good. He is so charismatic. He is so funny. Every time he's on screen, it feels like a bigger deal.
Dude, all right, so let's go ahead and kick it off with that, because that whole saga of what we saw play out was just absolutely top tier stuff. I was saying at the end of my watch along, Robin, I know the kids are always throwing around the word cinema, right? This is cinema. This is cinema. I have to agree with them. I'm gonna have to steal that word. I'm gonna have to use cinema to describe this a segment here. But let's see. This is what went down. So the show opened up. Of course, we're in Chicago. Kick things off with CM Punk. He goes out there. You know, it's just, oh my God, so passionate, so energetic about the fact that he is main eventing WrestleMania, right? Like you could really feel, Robin, his excitement for this moment that he's been waiting for, you know, over a decade, right? And so his whole career, you can argue, right? Anyways, so Paul Heyman goes out there and is trying to get CM Punk to tell him what the favor is. And Punk tells him, I want to tell you what the favor is once Roman Reigns is actually here. And the whole night, 2 different times, we were seeing Paul Heyman in the parking lot waiting for Roman Reigns. Of course, Seth Rollins came first, and then finally Roman Reigns. So you can see that throughout the show, Paul Heyman's anxiety levels were definitely rising. So finally, we get to the closing of the show. Roman Reigns goes out there and he's like, so I hear, you know, CM Punk wants to do his little favor thing, right? Seth Rollins comes out first, which I thought was a smart thing to do. I think they needed to bring Seth out first, and definitely not after CM Punk. So I was anticipating Seth's arrival at that moment. However, while Seth was talking, everybody was saying, what's the favor? What's the favor? They were chanting, what's the favor? They were chanting for CM Punk. Basically, you know, they weren't interested in anything that Seth Rollins was saying. Now, of course, this is Chicago, but truth be told, Seth Rollins is unfortunately the third wheel in this scenario. CM Punk finally gets there, and what unfolds is him kind of giving a background story as to why he's asking Paul Heyman to be in his corner. And he tells them, and Roman tells them, just say no to the guy. Like, you're going to say no. And Paul Heyman's like crying. His eyes are like twitching. Like he doesn't know how to, like, he's just full of and overcome with this insane emotion. And Roman is kind of mocking him because he's crying. He's like, are you crying? And Roman finally, Paul finally says no. But he says no to Roman Reigns, meaning that he is going to be in the corner of CM Punk at WrestleMania because that is the favor. Robin, I know I threw a lot at you right now, but top to bottom, how did you feel about the way that they told this story?
Well, I mean, Roman coming out first and marching to the ring with authority. You know, usually he goes very slow. So you could see the emphasis on the moment there by the speed he went to the ring. And then I love some of his lines. You know, he's like, oh, he's from my town, so I got to root for him. And he's like, you hear that? You know, your city is chanting for the tribal chief. And then the look of annoyance every time Seth Rollins becomes involved, and Seth, you know, calling back to WrestleMania last year, sort of trying to lay the groundwork for why he's involved in the storyline altogether. But as I've said, this to me is the beginning of the build to what is going to be one of the more epic feuds that in recent memory, or maybe beyond that, in ever, between Roman Reigns and CM Punk. And and Roman's kind of right in the sense, right? Like, why would Paul Heyman say, you know, if he is loyal to his tribal chief in that way, why would he go to, I know he has the background with CM Punk. We understand, you know, the history there. But if I'm Roman, I would be like, bro, that's not, that's then, not now. And that's an official break of trust, right? Like that's the first domino to fall in what is surely going to be the saga that's unfolding here.
Dude, I mean, this felt like a love affair. That's really what it felt like. It felt like Paul Heyman was torn between two lovers and he didn't know which one to pick. But at the end of the day, like, you got to be a man of your word. Like, CM Punk came through. When they needed help at War Games, he came through and he helped them out. So at the end of the day, you got to honor that favor. And mind you, Paul Heyman had already said yes. He had already said yes before the favor was even thrown out there. He had said yes during that parking lot segment that they did. So I think for me, the thing that I loved the most about this was just the pure, raw emotion. One of the things that I think we've talked a whole lot when it comes to pro wrestling, and pro wrestling fans know exactly what I'm going to mean by this, is that we can always tell when someone believes what they are saying, when someone believes what they are doing. If someone is cutting a promo and they're spewing all the words, right? They're reading they're saying the promo verbatim, right? They're doing what they were rehearsed to do. And sometimes that just doesn't hit. To me, the way that the way that this ending scene unfolded, it felt so raw, so authentic, and you don't get that every single day. And that to me was personally my favorite part of all of this, was that it felt real. Like, it's still real to me, damn it, legit applied in this scenario because of how well everyone played their role. Roman was the Roman that we were kind of seeing when he was, on top of the world, right? Where he had his Ulafala, he was the leader of the Bloodline, had his championship. We kind of saw shades of that Roman today, a little bit more so than the last couple of weeks or months. I feel like this was the Roman of back then, is what I felt like, kind of mocking and condescending, that kind of Roman Reigns. We saw CM Punk being the ultimate, I'm kind of I know I'm a little bit of a jerk for putting you in this spot, but damn, I'm going to get what's mine kind of position. Seth Rollins, I thought, was great in this part of the whole segment, because he was just literally had a front row ticket. He almost seemed like a fan just watching the drama unfold, where he's laughing his ass off at these guys who are involved in such emotionally invested in what's going on between them. This doesn't really hurt him. This is all about them and what they're doing. So I thought that Seth Rollins did a really good job in that. And then Paul Heyman was the MVP of this segment. Paul Heyman was, if I was about to give a Best Actor award, it would be to Paul Heyman, because the tears, he genuinely looked to me like he was hurt, and he was hurting for the fact that not only did he have to break Roman's heart, but also he's still kind of in love with his, best friend, is what he's saying in CM Punk. So I don't know. I think for me, it was the emotion, Robin, that really won me over. And that's what I've been wanting to see. And that's what I think that's why I said that this was my favorite segment that has occurred in the build-up to WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think we saw that Roman last week and through this week, that, that he's just better as that heel. He's just not meant to be a baby face and whatnot. And he did lean into that. I think his performances on screen the last 2 weeks are the best since he lost the championship. Really, like that's the Roman Reigns that captivated all of us. And yeah, Paul Heyman, he is struggling there because he does love Roman Reigns. He has been the wise man to Roman Reigns. Think about how many years that's been, but he's also invested in his own oath and loyalty and moral code. So he understood the gravity of saying no to Roman, and that things may never be the same. That's why the emotion's there, right? Like, because with those two letters, N-O, that one word, the things may never be the same between the wise man and his tribal chief, and he could be kicked off the island of relevancy.
Robin, he stole his lover and is making him watch.
Yeah.
That's what's happening at WrestleMania. I'm sorry, but it's like, damn. It is brutal out there, man. It is brutal. I'm really, I loved the segment. I thought it was great. We got so many super chats about this, so let's get right into it. And also, shout out to Shelf Presence, who had also literally right before this sent in this super chat as well, saying Punk's favor is the wise man in his corner, maybe. And that's pretty much what we were anticipating, by the way. And let's see. We do got Crew Kid 52. This is actually in regards to Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton, which we'll get to in just a second. He says, right story. Wrestle Talk reported WWE tweeted out the end of the segment, but later deleted the clip, likely because they saw a problem with their comments. Okay, we're going to have to circle back to this in just a second because there's a lot to dive into that. But we got Megan's an AEW sicko who says, missing SmackDown tonight at Indie Lucha in Portland, Oregon with Masha Slamovich. We'll catch SmackDown with the post show later. You rock, Denise. Thank you so much to Megan, by the way. And you're going to have a lot of catching up to do for sure for SmackDown this week. We got Jacob Tatum here who says, thoughts on Rey Fenix debut and entrance music. We'll get to that in just a second. Let me circle back. We got Heidi Ho here who says, Tiffany and Charlotte need to just be doing pull-aparts. Lol. Keep them off the mics. It's still Tiffy time, though. We got Saif Dun Super who says, Ludwig and Andrade sitting in catering with the fuck me. What am I going to do? 50 Cent meme after that Tiffany Charlotte promo. Heidi Ho says, rip to Ludwig Kaiser also. And Dan Lutzka says, Paul is turning on Punk going to Rollins. I don't think so, by the way. I had heard this theory a couple of times. I am not on board with this theory. Robin, are you on board with this theory?
I don't believe so. I think eventually, again, as I'm saying, we're laying the groundwork to an extended Roman and Punk feud, but I am curious to what Seth Rollins' role in the whole thing is, right? Because it feels very similar to last year where it's like, all right, Seth's kind of like, why is he there? You know, but the why for why he was there was huge last year. You know, when he came in and he was the shield for Cody Rhodes. So I don't think it's unintentional, his involvement here. I'm not guessing that that's going to be the payoff, but there is going to be something with Seth Rollins involved. But it feels a little out of place because if he goes to Seth Rollins, why is Punk and Roman then happening? And I think we all want Punk and Roman to happen, and the biggest reason for that to happen is Paul Heyman.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I do not want to see this. I do not want to see a world where Paul Heyman goes with Seth Rollins. I think that would be it's almost like dissing the story that we're seeing right now with CM Punk and Roman, because that's the story. That's where the interest lies. And there doesn't seem to be a benefit for Paul Heyman to go and jump to Seth Rollins. Like, why? Why would you do that? Like, that makes no sense whatsoever. That just feels super it's not what I don't think that would be of interest. And I hate to say it, like, even though Seth Rollins is feeling like the third wheel, I hate to say it, but he is the third wheel. Guys, this is the interest is between Roman and CM Punk. We have known this from the very beginning. You just, that's where the interest is at. Again, if CM Punk was out of the picture and this was Seth and Roman, great. People would be enjoying and respecting that. But right now, it's like that meme where that guy is not looking at his girlfriend and he's looking at the other girl. That's what it is. Right now, the other girl, the hot girl, it's Roman and CM Punk. That is where the interest is. This was a match that, Robin, you and I, months and months and months back, were talking about how this was always going to be a marquee matchup whenever it happened. And I was anticipating for it just to be Roman and CM Punk. I didn't think they needed to add Seth Rollins to this. I feel like they added him because there was really no other maybe direction they thought for him to go in. And that's what so your question of like, where does Seth Rollins serve a purpose in this, and where does like his story fall in line? I don't really know. But as a fan, I'm mainly just focusing on what's going on with Roman and Punk, and that seems to be honestly what I might mainly care about.
But I don't think they just threw Seth Rollins in for no reason because they didn't have any other use for him. Because I think Punk and Roman needs the build, like to just like all of a sudden it's the match at WrestleMania is rushed. But for the magnitude of what that's going to be and how long that can play out for, that's something you can carry out for. I'm guessing that's one of the main events at SummerSlam. You know, this is a 2-night SummerSlam, the first ever 2-night SummerSlam, New Jersey, actually, but MetLife Stadium. And that, to me, as one of the top billing on that card is just a massive way to sell that. And if you just all of a sudden were like, oh, it's Roman and Punk now, yeah, it would be great. No matter what, they're going to make magic. It's going to be great. But I think the proper way is to, lay the foundation for that feud. I am curious to how Seth Rollins plays into it, but I don't think, because I would have thought the same thing last year, and then it was masterfully told the way that he was involved. I mean, it was poetry. When Cody, when Roman hit him with the chair, and that's what cost him against Cody. So I think between his history with Roman and his history with Punk, one or both of those things is going to play out in the course of this. And maybe he's also involved in the slower, longer build to the eventual one-on-one matches between Roman and Punk.
So, look, I hope you're right on this, by the way, because I do want to see Roman and CM Punk at some point. I feel like if we don't get that, we're going to be completely cheated. So I really, really hope we see that at SummerSlam, because at some point it needs to happen. It's a money-making match. The fans like it, and look at where we're at so far. So I definitely think that's the way to go. Dan, thank you so much. We got Anthony Giuliano here who says, I'm doing something special this month in wrestling, and you, Denise, will have the breaking news first when it happens from me. I'm super excited. Anthony, keep me posted. Whatever you're doing, best of luck. We got Jacob Tatum here who says, who is your favorite to win the gauntlet match for the challenge? Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez for the tag team belts. And what would you do with Randy after Kevin Owens' announcement about his neck injury? So, God, this SmackDown's loaded. So I do want to get to that, by the way. So there were reports that came out earlier in the day that it was looking like Kevin Owens was going to be out due to an injury, and that maybe the match was going to be off between Randy and KO, right? And really, we didn't really have much anything else to go off of that. And so Kevin Owens comes out, and they had shown a shot of him like walking to the ring and he putting his head down, and people are like, okay, like, is this legit? Is this not legit? What are we supposed to think? And Kevin Owens goes in and he basically says, like, I'm really sorry, but it turns out I have a neck problem and I'm going to be having surgery. Like, it's a lot more serious than we really knew. And so he says he's sorry and he apologizes and he walks away. Randy Orton comes out, and so you're thinking like, okay, maybe it is a swerve. Nope. Kevin Owens walks off. Randy comes in and Nick Aldis tries to address like, hey, what are we going to end up, what's going to be your WrestleMania match? And Randy ends up hitting him with an RKO. So now I'm sitting here going like, dang, I was really hoping that the Kevin Owens thing was a swerve. However, as much as I would like to be optimistic, I do believe what Kevin Owens said about him being out due to his neck, having to have neck surgery. I'm heartbroken for Kevin Owens because a neck surgery is one of the most serious things. Of course, we still don't have, full details on it, and everyone is, different on a case-by-case basis, but this is heartbreaking, Robin.
I mean, no doubt. Look, Kevin Owens is fresh off a masterful match against Sami Zayn, one that will be remembered, and obviously those two guys have a history. So that's a nice, good note to leave the fans on for now. But it's the price you pay when you put your body on the line. I mean, that goes for anybody in professional wrestling. It especially goes for somebody like Kevin Owens, who is in the mold of the Mick Foley's, who, as far as a bump taker, as far as somebody who has really, really risked it all for the business. And you never want to see anybody go through anything involving their health. You never want to see anybody go through something that can hinder their career and all of that. And so the thoughts go out to Kevin Owens, but I think, it's like when people say you go out on your sword, in a sense. I think the respect from Kevin Owens is real and earned, and I hope he knows that too, because people do view him and think of him in that way. So no matter what happens with him in the future, and we all hope he returns to the ring, of course, what he has accomplished is set.
No, you're 100% right in that. And it's just one of those things where when he had mentioned that, he had a great, last couple of WrestleManias were really great for him. Dude, WrestleMania 38 faced Austin, then won the tag team titles with Sammy, WrestleMania 39. Dude has been on a roll. So it's a bummer that we're not going to get to see him, wrestle Randy Orton. But of course, your health is first and foremost. But the other thing was, dang, with a neck injury, you just never know what the future looks like. Will he return? Will he not return? And if he does, how many years will go by? Like, it's just a lot. Like, it really is a lot. And, again, as more comes out of this, we'll have more information. But as of right now, I guess that's really about it. And it's just really unfortunate. So now, with that being said, on the topic, who faces Randy Orton?
I mean, I was so unprepared for it.
Right.
I haven't.
At first, I thought they were going to do him and Nick Aldis when he hit him with the RKO. That was honestly like my first instinctual reaction.
Who's not? Is there somebody of note that's not involved?
People were saying, what about like Malachi Black, right? You know how they've been teasing that stuff. And I'm like, I guess, but I don't really know. It doesn't really feel concrete. I don't know.
Yeah,
and no matter what, whoever comes in and wrestles Randy is going to feel like it's not going to be like a big deal unless it's someone like absolutely amazing.
What about Sami Zayn?
Some people brought up Sami Zayn, actually. That's been another theory. And I think that would be a good one, actually.
Yeah, I'm assuming the aftermath of the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn match is, what's led to, his status right now. But as far as of somebody that could step into that, has the gravitas to step into that, and could make it work, and it makes he could say, I'm this is what happened to me, and I'm filling the void of the options that are coming up in my head. Sami Zayn.
Yeah. No, I think you're right on that. And then in terms of the gauntlet, I actually don't know. I haven't seen the full list. The thing that kept throwing me off, though, was that I saw that Lyra and Bailey were in it. And I'm like, yo, they have a match for the Intercontinental Championship on Monday, and they're already announcing them to tag in this tag team thing? What? I was a little thrown off by that.
The graphic. I need the graphic. There was a big graphic.
Yeah, I know. I was actually waiting for the graphic right now in a second, but I'll pull it up in a minute. I'm just a little bit behind with my graphics at the moment. Sorry, guys. Cue the you fucked up chants in the chat. All right. We got Steven Marchulli here who says the build's A+, the match A+, Seth eats pin, though. Again, I don't know. I think the scenario that I want is if CM Punk wins, I want him to pin Roman. If Roman wins, I want him to pin CM Punk.
And yeah, I mean, I think that could totally happen too, because maybe Seth is vindictive enough to just want to screw CM Punk out of the main event regardless, right? Maybe Roman is still so consumed with Seth that he loses his cool for a second to go after Seth, which allows Punk to capitalize a la last year. I mean, there's various scenarios because of Seth. This is where I'm saying I think Seth's involvement with the two of them is going to come into play somehow.
We got Terrence Matthew here who says Seth almost killed Roman, and Seth and CM Punk have been feuding for a year. I mean, look, it's true, though. We've already seen Seth and CM Punk do all that they can do, and it's been great. There's been great matches. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Thank you, Terrence Matthews. We got Saif Don Super here who says, feels like Seth politicked himself into this feud. I don't think so. I don't believe that. No. Thank you, Saif. All right. With that being said, several of our other super chats were about another big moment that happened on SmackDown. It's crazy enough. I was actually surprised to see that the first several super chats were about this topic, but let's get to it. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. So, I mean, God, this has gone like in a totally different direction than anything I was anticipating at all with this feud. Like everything that I thought that this feud, how it was going to play out, I have been so wrong on this. So Charlotte and Tiffany, as we know, had an uncomfortable split screen promo last week, and she got basically eaten up alive by Charlotte. And people, including myself, are like, damn, Tiffany Stratton needs to get redeemed. She needs to redeem herself. And I thought to myself, like, the only way she's going to get redeemed now, Robin, they can't do another split screen. They can't do another backstage. They can't do any of that. It's got to be dead center in the middle of the ring. And they did that. And here's the thing. Tiffany did so much better than the split screen interview that they did. But what really helped her, though, was the crowd, because the crowd was massively booing Charlotte. I mean, she could not get a word in, Robin, at all, because the fans, she was just getting a tremendous amount of heat. And so Tiffany threw in a bunch of different shots, right? Called out the differences of them between when they were both 25 years old. She called out a lot of different things, but the most memorable portion of this is that afterwards, Tiffany Stratton brought up Charlotte Flair's divorces. Her 0-3 record, I think is what she said. And that's because, she's been divorced 3 times. And at the end of that, Charlotte said something about Ludwig Kaiser, which is Tiffany Stratton's boyfriend, being in her DMs. And I'm thinking to myself, whoa, what is happening here? Robin, what was your reaction to this? Because mine was, what the F is going on?
Mine was, this is the best thing that could have possibly ever happened to this match in this feud. I don't know what's true, what's not true, but it cut through, right? Like it cut through. It built heat. It built anticipation. It made people care. It made people invested. And Tiffany Stratton got that line off. I think Charlotte had just said that, more or less. Yeah, I think I don't remember. I was scrolling past and I saw her do like some sort of confessional where she said she messed up again, or she lost, heartfelt, because look, a divorce is a big thing to go through, so it's not something to take lightly, obviously, but it was weaponized by Tiffany Stratton and it worked. And then the DM thing after, you're like, whoa, did that really cut out a cord? Where are we at right here, right? Like, are we Raw? On SmackDown. So I think to me, that's whatever people speculate about if it was part of the way the promos were supposed to go or off the cuff. It made Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair a bigger WrestleMania match, and that's what matters to me as a fan.
I think coming out of it, people are like, damn, they really hate each other, right? Like, this got nasty, this got personal. And that was my same reaction, Robin, because after that line that Tiffany hit about the records, the divorces, I thought, okay, it's just going to be Charlotte, like, damn, looking down, looking upset, maybe throwing the microphone and a shot of Charlotte, right? But the fact that Charlotte threw in that additional line, that's the part that has me going, okay, now, so was this not planned, or is Charlotte just that damn good in making us think that she legitimately got pissed? Because a lot of people are reading that like she legitimately got pissed. I'm reading that as she legitimately got pissed. So either she really did a job well done, or she legitimately got pissed. I don't know. Which one is it?
Well, it doesn't matter, right? Like, it really doesn't matter whether either way, it's effective. Whether, either she was tremendous at her job or she was, broke kayfabe or whatever you want to call it. And it was real heat. She got real heat going into it. Either way, it doesn't really matter to me because it got the job done. And finally, it felt like something between them didn't come off lame and flat. A lot of what had been done, I've been anticipating their match. I had no doubt that their match was going to come through, but all of the promos and build had been kind of cringe. And this one wasn't, whether it was because it crossed the line or whether it was because they made us think it did.
That's exactly how I feel. And by the way, going back to Crew Kid 52 super chat from earlier, he had said that WrestleTalk reported WWE tweeted out the end of the segment, but later deleted the clip, likely because they saw a problem with their comments. See, I have not seen that. I've been streaming the whole time during SmackDown, so I haven't gone on to WWE's Twitter account. I have no idea what's going on there. So I'm going to have to look at that afterwards. Or Robin, if you can pull that up, that'd be great. But I just don't know what's going on with that. So again, if this was not planned, holy shit, right? Mm-hmm. Drama. Now, if this was planned, but they're making us like second guess ourselves, even better, right? Even better, especially if they do something like this, because they know fans notice everything, okay? They notice everything. So if they do want to trick us, swerve us, I can see them doing something like taking something down, clipping something out. I don't know. But Crew Kid 52, thank you for that. All right. So with that being said, yeah, Heidi Ho's comment was also Tiffany and Charlotte need to just be doing pull aparts, keep them off the mics. It's still Tiffy time though. See, here's the thing, like this, I don't want to say keep them off the mics because of what we got today. And I agree with Robin that this did make the feud a million times better. Look at it. So many people wanted to talk specifically about this feud. Thank you so much, Heidi Ho, for that super chat, by the way. All right. And I believe, let's see. Anthony Giuliano says, Denise, did you the screenshots of Charlotte DMs? They did post it. What? What is going on that Twitter account? Okay, if they posted screenshots of any sort of DMs, then that was 1000% planned and is part of a storyline. I really hope they did not post no screenshots.
I'm looking. They have a clip of Tiffany up talking to Charlotte. I don't know if it's the clip in question, but I don't know what other clip they would actually have. As far as the DMs, I have not seen that.
Yeah. Okay. So we got Heidi Ho here who says Lash and Jakara not being in the women's gauntlet is a weird decision. Well, they are NXT talent. I got to pull up that whole list, by the way, of everyone who's in the gauntlet because they did not leave that graphic up long enough for me to look at every single person. All right, but we'll circle back to that there in a second. I want to go back to the other super chat that we had from, I'm sorry, give me 1 second. It was in here somewhere. Oh, there we go. Jacob Tatum. Thank you so much, Jacob. And this is another big thing that we got to talk about. I'm telling you, they give us a lot today. Rey Fenix officially made his debut, and Robin, my jaw dropped when I found out, or when I saw rather, that he was going to be facing Nathan Frazier. Nathan Frazier, who is one of the fastest guys I've ever seen. Robin, I don't know how often you get to check out NXT, but Nathan Frazier is just like, he's so fast. So I was instantly like, oh shit, like here we go. And so the match I thought was really good. I thought it looked great. He performed well. The promo afterwards was very emotional, very nice to see. I was a fan. Loved the entrance, loved everything. How'd you feel about Rey Fenix's performance?
Well, I like the fact that he didn't squash him too. It was a good, and Frazier kicked out of something. I was like, how'd you kick out of that? So they gave him a little bit of love there for the NXT audience and for him, obviously. But yeah, a strong debut. They didn't fumble it. He looked good in the ring. He got his big moves off in the ring. No complaints. I mean, we'll see where it goes from here. But as far as you only get one chance to make a first impression, a good first impression.
No, I agree with you. And that's the thing. In the beginning of the match, for a second, I felt like they were giving too much attention. Like the match felt like it was more so about Nathan Frazier for a second. And I'm like, I kind of want to see Rey Fenix do a little bit more, show his flair, show what he can do, right? And then finally they started doing that, and that was fun. I think Rey Fenix is going to get over so well. I'm so excited to see what he does. It's interesting that his next match is going to be against Humberto. It doesn't really feel like a massive match whatsoever, but maybe that's just really the only options that they had. I thought it was interesting too that Santos Escobar did tell Angel Garza and Humberto that they're not looking all that. So I did think that part was interesting too. So we'll see where they end up playing out from here. So anyways, great job to Rey Fenix though. I was so happy for him getting this moment, this opportunity. Robin, I think at this point I have interviewed Rey Fenix 5 different times, and I believe in 2 different promotions, honestly. Because, dude, I mean, they've been hustling. The Lucha Brothers, they have been hustling for years, man. They're businessmen. They're out there. They're working very, very hard, making names for themselves. I don't know. All you got to say is respect to them, because they're finally gonna, be getting the reward for all of the years' hard work. So I'm very, very happy for both Rey and for Penta, of course. But that being said, oh man, all right, we got a couple more super chats. Let's see. We got Bob Ross Jr. here who says, Seth Rollins laughing while we technically witnessed a Kardashian-type breakup is diabolical. That was my favorite Seth Rollins moment in the lead up to WrestleMania 2.
He's like, I told you so too, right? He hates CM Punk with every fiber of his being. So he's taking pleasure in the man he hates doing why, or showing why he hates him to another man he hates.
It's your 2 enemies. Your 2 enemies, right? Isn't that great? It's the saying, right? The trash takes out itself. So for Seth Rollins, that was his perspective of that. They just taking themselves out. Hey, I don't got to worry about this. So that was really fun to see. We got Anthony Giuliano who says, Kaiser said he wanted a Ric Flair autograph and was the only time he was in Charlotte's DM.
Oh, Kaiser said it.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'm going to have to look at that afterwards. Thank you, Anthony. We got Jacob Tatum here who says, which Mania match are you most and least excited for? Most excited is, of course, that, triple threat match with Roman, Seth, and Punk. That's the match I'm most excited for. The match I'm least looking forward to that's officially been announced, I don't think there's one just yet. Maybe the tag team match, only because I don't even know who Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are going to be facing. That's kind of all my only answer right now.
Logan Paul, is that match official?
Oh, Logan Paul, AJ Styles. Yeah, that's official.
That doesn't do that much for me. It'll be good though.
Which match are you most looking forward to?
Same as you, triple threat.
Yeah, it's great.
Which is impressive because I thought the Cody Cena promo from Monday was badass. So to be able to be above that is saying something.
I think so too. Thank you, Jacob. That was a great question. We got Heidi Ho here who says SRS tweeted that Charlotte and Tiffany went heavily off script. Oh shit! If Sean tweeted that, then obviously I take Sean's word for that. Let me actually go see what specifically Sean wrote because I'm gonna want to know that for sure. Give me 1 second, guys, while I pull up Sean's tweet. Okay, here we go. So Sean Rossap tweeted 7 minutes ago, everyone I'm speaking to believes that Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton went heavily off script. Yo!
Messy.
Dude, that kind of makes, I'm sorry. Are we terrible people for living for the drama?
I mean, no. I mean, look, again, ultimately, it's better for the product. Like, that's what I said. Whether it was that or that was the script, it made the match better, made the build better, made the feud better. So they'll get over it.
The wild stuff. I love it. All right, Heidi Ho, thank you so much for letting us know that. That's great. We got Bear Hudson who says, can you guys settle this debate? How should Aleister Black be used when he returns? And should his first feud be with someone to make him look credible? Definitely, because if you're bringing someone in, you're investing the time in them. So you obviously want them to look credible. You don't want to bury anybody right when they come in, right? And make them slot them or make them look like they're not impressive. So I would definitely say you build him up, you make him look good and see where he goes from there.
And that's why I wouldn't have, somebody suggested that Randy Orton, you don't feed him there. I think Randy Orton is on a main event-ish kind of trajectory at some point again. And that's where they were headed with the Kevin Owens thing. This wrinkle in that changes it perhaps a bit, but that's not where that was a suggestion. I think it was brought up earlier in the show. But you if you're trying to make an impact and make a jolt, you don't want to then just, even if it's a credible opponent, you don't want it to be like a quick loss first right off the bat.
I feel ya. We got Hallie Potter here who says the only thing Seth was missing was some popcorn. Yo, for reals. Dude was living the life. Thank you, Hallie Potter, for the super chat. All right, with that being said, we got a couple more items to get into in regards to SmackDown. This was a loaded one. LA Knight defeated Tama Tonga. Solo Sikoa tried to get involved, but it didn't know no favors. LA Knight wins. But the big thing that we really do got to get into in regards to that is that there was a last man standing match between Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. Did a couple of big spots. Did I say LA Knight? I'm sorry. I meant to say Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. I think I said LA Knights. Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu in a last man standing match, and a couple of good spots in there, but Jacob Fatu gets the win. So now he's the #1 contender to LA Knight. And come on, Jacob Fatu is about to get that US championship at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he's getting strapped up. I could see that even being a squash. That would be interesting. If it was, right. And I like the finish of the last man standing match. I like the way that it came, because I had to rewind. Did Braun get up in time or not? Like, it was one of those. And then
I forgot, Robin, that it was a last man standing match. I don't know why. I just forgot. Like, I got swept up in the action.
Yeah, and then I realized at the end of the show, knowing that I had to do this, I was like, oh, I'm actually a few seconds behind because I rewound to see if Braun Strowman stood up in time or not. And so I like the finish. And yeah, I mean, it makes sense to give Jacob Fatu that big moment, that big victory at WrestleMania.
Dude, I feel you, man. I'm so ready for it. It's crazy, though, that like Solo Sikoa isn't like having a match at WrestleMania. Like, if you would have asked me this months ago, I would have assumed Solo Sikoa would have had a match at WrestleMania. What if he oh my God, I just thought about that. What if he cost Jacob Fatu the match at WrestleMania? Oh, I'm going to hate him so much if he does that. He's probably going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense too. Now that I think about it, which
no, I don't want that. Why did I say that? I take it back.
But your reaction makes me think it's a good idea.
Oh no!
Yeah,
no.
It's like Cody moved into Roman the first time around. Like,
no.
you want those reactions. I want you to feel that way.
Robin's here for this tragic Shakespearean endings. Like, you like a sad story at the end.
No, I just like people to be invested and care when you feel like emotion. Like, that's why I've always said that Brock Lesnar beating The Undertaker was a great move. People still talk about it. Like, otherwise, people still argue and debate about it. It means it was an awesome move. Same thing with, Roman beating Cody that time. It made the payoff for Cody coming back around matter more. This is on a lower scale, of course, but yeah, I feel like that reaction that you gave shows me that it's something.
Don't do it. Please, for the love of God, do not do it. They're probably going to do it. I don't know. All right. With that being said, we got Naomi. By the way, Naomi. Yes. So Naomi was attacked by Jade Cargill in her entrance, but not enough so that the match didn't happen between her and B-Fab. It did happen. Naomi did defeat B-Fab, and then afterwards was attacked once again by Jade Cargill. And so a bunch of security guards came out, and I was so happy that Jade Cargill took out all the security guards too. I was thrilled by that. She took out the security guards, and then Adam Pearce came out, or was it Nick? I always forget Adam. Nick Aldis, excuse me. Nick Aldis came out and made the match official for WrestleMania. So Jade Cargill and Naomi is officially on TV on WrestleMania.
And I was excited when that got announced because it feels like it matters. It's had the right build. Naomi's looks great. It's been pretty much flawlessly executed. So it deserves its WrestleMania moment, and it's earned it. And both of them have get a chance to put on a show. And I feel like I care about it, right? Like, it's not like it's just going to be something on the card. It's going to be of import wherever they slot it.
I'm with you. Howie Potter says, Denise, how could you? I know. I'm sorry. Please forgive me out there, Jacob Fatu fans. All right, we got Anthony Giuliano here who says, Denise, will you ever take a bump in the ring? Definitely not. My bump card is 0. Thank you, Anthony. All right, with that being said, we did have some promo works from Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest, 2 vignettes that they did. Good promos from both, man. Drew McIntyre brought back his I prayed for this and it happened moment. He alluded to that. Damian Priest basically tells him that he's always crying and acting like a victim, but at WrestleMania, he's going to become his victim. Effective. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Anything that stood out to you between Damian and Drew, and specifically today?
No, I mean, just more of a build towards their match. I feel like we've kind of gotten there with them, and they need to get into the ring. And no shots, but it was a little bit overshadowed by everything else.
Yeah, especially because it was like a backstage kind of a segment. So yeah, I mean, not even a backstage, a vignette. That's what it was. So I think that's why it sort of got overshadowed there. All right. With that being said, I think we only got one thing left to talk about. Am I missing anything? It's really just the tag team match, right? The men's tag team match. I'm not forgetting anything else. Motor City Machine Guns became the new tag team #1 contender. So they're going to go on and face the Street Profits. Did you care, Robin?
I mean, I think the way you said that said it all. So
I know. I'm not going to pile on. To add, so I'm going to pass it over to Robin.
I'm not going to pile on. You were like, yeah, there was one other thing I really don't want to talk about, but it did happen.
I know. I'm sorry. All right. And I think I got everything on the show. So, man, I'm telling you guys, it was a loaded edition of SmackDown today. By far their best 3-hour show. So, wow. Alrighty. Well, there you guys have it. We are on the road to WrestleMania. So thank you so much to everybody who tuned in to the SmackDown Watch Along, the SmackDown Post Show. You guys are awesome. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But before we go, Robin, please tell the people where they can support you and your work.
Yeah, Robin Lundberg over on YouTube. Women's Fast Break on SI. Indiana Fever on SI just launched. You can follow me on X. And Raj, I've been saying this, my son, but I've made the vow to him. We are starting our wrestling channel, probably launching around WrestleMania. Makes sense to me at this point juncture. We'll figure. Rohan also wants to be a part of it, the youngest. I got to figure out the dynamic of how that's going to work, but he has been asking me. He says he's serious about it, and it is my duty as a dad, despite my busy schedule, to make sure that indeed happens. So be on the lookout for that too.
Yeah, you guys got to do that. Like a father, son, like, you know, moment, like review, however you guys decide to like do a split screen. I don't know. Yeah. That's going to be fun to see though. Very, very cute. Alrighty, guys. With that being said, thank you guys so much for the love, for the support. Do not forget to keep checking back here for daily content, guys. Daily videos are going up every single day. Thank you guys so much. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye, everyone.
Eat.
Wait, what happened? Oh, there you go. All right. Bye, everyone.